You are now in the arena. Welcome to Gridiron, presented by Underdog.
Whoa, whoa.
We were literally talking till the bell because everybody's so excited. We have so much to talk about today, but let me introduce my boys. We've got one of the most prolific figures in the history of sports media and the man who's never lost a debate. Skip Bayless!
Yeah.
Super Bowl champion, 5-time Pro Bowler, and 2-time All-Pro cornerback, Aqib. Talib. 4-time Pro Bowler and the man you want having your back at all times, Richie, Incognito.
Yeah, Richie.
Good to be back.
Good to be back,
I know, we
Richie.
missed you. Then we got All-Pro, 6-time Pro Bowl. Wait, sorry, they have you in here wrong. Defensive tackle, one of the most disruptive D tackles of his generation, Gerald McCoy.
Yeah. He always wanted to play O-line, though.
I know.
Yeah,
come
on over to the dark side, baby. Let's go.
I hate y'all.
Maybe then you can figure out where your hand placement is.
Yeah. I hate y'all. Man.
So, Aqib Talib, Superman is coming to a phone booth near you in Denver, Colorado this Saturday.
He is.
He is coming
He on his
for
way.
you.
And you know what else? We home underdogs, right?
Yeah,
we can't
home
get it
underdogs.
done.
Yep.
Bo is trash, right? Yeah, I love it.
Yeah.
At the table, I love it, man. Sean, this is exactly what Sean Payton wants.
Oh.
He wouldn't stage it no better.
Superman coming to town after last year's thrashing in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. After last year's thrashing,
The perk-
home underdog, everybody in the
Perfect
media.
setup.
You gonna pick the Bills, you gonna pick the Bills, you gonna pick the Bills, and we know you gonna
Yes.
pick the Bills. Hey, we wouldn't set the table no better, man.
I hear a
Leave,
little.
I'm not picking the Bills.
Oh, good.
Oh, okay.
I'm not
There we
picking
go.
the Bills.
Home underdogs?
I hear a hint of fear in your voice.
Hey, can I just for a second? We
Interfere, leave, boys.
The Broncos, the Bills played. Broncos ain't played yet. But I tell you who did play. Can we just give a hand clap for Kinsey?
I was going to say, I think
Kinsey
Skip
to start off, man.
they did it.
Kinsey.
They
Niners did that.
Skip got right to the Broncos-Bills conversation. I was like, are you deflecting? Because
Skip
that's
been waiting.
Hey,
Skip just been waiting for this all year, though. Skip been waiting for this moment right here all year.
Yeah,
man.
I like it. I like it.
Kinsey, enjoy it while it lasts.
Oh, I'm really praying that you pick Seattle this weekend because I think it's good luck for us.
I'm picking Seattle by 3 touchdowns.
Oh, wow.
Thank you. I
Lord.
like it. I
Clearly
like
ain't
it.
watched the first
The
two
same way
games.
that he picked the Eagles to win the Super Bowl. I love it.
But I jinxed them, didn't I?
You jinx. That's why I'm like,
Thank
jinx
you.
Seattle for
Yeah,
me,
okay.
please. All right, you guys, we've got a packed show today. We have one game left tonight for the wild card weekend, and here's what we have happening on Gridiron. So Caleb Williams and the Bears put together one of the greatest playoff comebacks of all time, or was it a Green Bay collapse? We're going to talk about that later. Josh Allen put on his cape, and now he gets ready to lead his team into Mile High. Is this Bills team good enough to take down the 1 seed? And then I'm going to obviously apologize in advance. You guys have heard it a little bit, but I'm going to be gloating all episode long, so I know it's going to be a little bit annoying, but the 49ers upset the Philly Eagles, and last night my social media was blowing up, and I was having so much fun replying to those Eagles fans. It was a blast. So this episode, as always, is presented by Underdog. If you are new to Underdog, now's the time. Get $75 in fantasy bonus entries when you play just $5 on fantasy with promo code GRID. Underdog dropped a gimme pick on a quarterback of your choice from any wild card game. So tonight is the last night to take advantage of that offer. So as always, you guys, go support the show and use code GRID. So let's start the show. I think we got to start with last night's game because Drake May is officially undefeated in the playoffs with his first playoff win, and the Patriots took down Justin Herbert at home last night. Mike Vrabel's defense put on a show, holding the Chargers offense to only 3 points. Vrabel might have been a little too excited. Check out D-tackle Milton Williams and Vrabel because they were wild. He hits him in the face. Oh,
Little headbutt.
yeah.
Hell yeah,
He's
coach.
like, yeah,
let's go.
yeah.
My bad, coach.
That was a nice sack, though. That was a great way to end it.
It was.
Oh, he just wipes off the blood. I love it. Having him as a head coach.
He's the man. They love playing for him.
Not for real.
Oh, and they got the money in the bag. You know they just ride
they
for
gave him
him.
a big check, too.
Okay, so Gerald, was last night more about how good the Patriots are getting or how bad Justin Herbert was?
I believe it's a little of both. You know, like what plagued the Chargers all year plagued them last night. O-line is terrible. Now, it's a couple different things. Guys just not good, but also a lot of injuries. Like, Justin Herbert was getting killed. He was getting destroyed, man. And when your O-line's bad, you can't pass block, but you also can't run the ball. Like, they couldn't run the ball. Justin Herbert was the lead rusher. And if you go, that's not a recipe for winning. If you go look at the teams this year where the quarterback was the lead rusher, I think the record was 12-38 across the league when the quarterback's the lead rusher. You just can't win like that. But we can talk about the offense all day because, but the big thing yesterday was the Chargers' defense. They were played uncharacteristic for who they are all year. And when I say that, it's the big plays they gave up. This year they were 11th. They gave up 89 big plays. So when I talk about explosive plays, it's any rush that's 10 or more yards or any pass that's 20 or more yards. Yesterday they gave up 7 of those. And when you do that defensively, and that's not what you've been doing all year, you partner that with how bad the offense was, you're just not going to win like that.
Yeah.
And, like, I'm sure Richie will get into this about, like, taking on the identity of your head coach, but when you look at the Patriots and that defense, they were out for violence all night.
Yes.
When they hit you, they were trying to take you out. And it wasn't just one. If one hit you, the second one coming and the third one is too. They just were more physical, more violent. So collectively, the Chargers just didn't look good. So they were bad, but also the Patriots showed up to play.
Okay.
Yeah, no doubt. I think this is the Patriots. This is more about the Patriots than Justin Herbert. Patriots got after him. They played violent. They played physical. This is why you bring in a Mike Vrabel, because the team plays to the head coach's identity. Smart, tough, physical. He took points when it mattered last night. They kind of just, they didn't score a ton of points, but they hung around and they made enough plays to win. Now, Justin Herbert. I'm not putting blame on Justin Herbert because Justin Herbert's the one that got him here. Yeah. Justin Herbert's been battered all season long behind that offensive line. Going into the season, I was super excited about him because you have Joe Alt, who's a stud, Rashawn Slater, you get him under contract. Both of those guys are out early in the season. And the Chargers were playing musical chairs in the preseason. They had Zion Johnson at center and Bradley Bozeman out at guard. That experiment didn't work, so they switched him around. And then you have the big high-priced free agent over there, Mekhi Becton, and he had a down year. I think they showed the PFF rankings last night, and those guys were ridiculously high. So, you know, I said it earlier in the season, I don't think that the Chargers can get to the playoffs because they can't protect Justin Herbert. Justin Herbert got them through that stretch of games to get them into the playoffs. And then ultimately their Achilles heel was Justin Herbert getting smacked last night. I felt bad for him, man, because he was getting hit by multiple people.
He was getting flipped and
they tore his ass up, man. You know, the
boy up.
He's gonna need some
Chargers
rest.
got to go back to the drawing board. They got their 2 tackles. They got to figure out. You know, obviously Becton will probably be there for contract reasons, but they got to figure out the middle of that offensive line. They got to get those 2 big tackles healthy.
I think it was a little bit of both. Of course, the Chargers, they've been bad up front all year. So you could say it was them being bad. And the Patriots, they haven't really been getting after the quarterback like that. They got 35 sacks on the season. And shit, they had 6 last night. I mean, they went crazy last night. 12 QB hits, made them fumble twice. They blitzed 45% of the time. Like, they really, really had emphasis on we got to get after this bad O-line. And that's what they did. So I feel like it was a part of the Patriots game that they needed to get better at, and they did. Even though it was against a vulnerable opponent, you know what I'm saying? But they wanted to be better at getting after that quarterback, and they did. And ultimately, that was the reason they won the game, man. They got after them boys up front. It was youth football looking. I seen some of my guys get. We done got after teams like that. They just can't stop us. Let me run this blitz. Let me run this blitz.
Do whatever.
Can't stop us. We can do whatever we want. You know what I'm saying? So,
leave that sack that Milton Williams got at the end of the game, bro. That is like a dream sack for a D tackle. He's in the middle of the offensive line with 3 people.
They should have triple teamed him.
You supposed to be the balance, the rush.
Yeah.
And you club him, club him and you beat 3 people in the middle of the. Richie, no, that's a cardinal sin.
Yes, there's no worse feeling than getting beat and turning around and watching your guy run at your quarterback. Like, it is the most helpless feeling out there. And they should have triple teamed. It's just a microcosm of the Chargers' offensive line the entire season.
Yeah.
And then on the back end, that coverage definitely matched up with that rush. They played great man coverage all night. Gonzalez was great till he left. Gonzalez got to, come on, man. We need you, bro. You got to stay your ass in these games, bro. But while he was there, even when he left, they played great coverage on that back end against a good core of receivers.
All right, my turn. I know you guys love you some Justin Herbert. I never have. And this is not 2020 hindsight. I said it before he was drafted. And I'm going to go on record. Jim Harbaugh will never win big in LA with Justin Herbert as his quarterback. I hear you about the protection. I know about Rashawn Slater. I know about Joe Alt. And I know he got sacked 54 times, which was second by 1, only to Geno and Cam Ward. I get all that. They didn't have Omari and Hampton last night, and they couldn't run the ball. I got it. But now I've watched 3 full playoff games with Justin Herbert, and he's exactly what I saw or didn't see at Oregon. I see the size. I see the nuclear arm. I got you on that. But I don't see the intangibles for playing the hardest position to play in sports. I don't see the command. I don't see the feel. I don't see the touch. I don't see the ability to make plays that have to be made at key moments in the biggest games. Did he get him? Yeah, he got him there. I got you. But now I watched him at Jacksonville going back to his first playoff game, and they lost the second half 24-3. And it wasn't all his fault. He just doesn't make the play to win the game. Intangibles are lacking. Leadership quality is lacking. And then I watched him, unfortunately, because I picked the Chargers because I love Jim Harbaugh, but I picked him to win at Houston last year, and as you know, he threw 4 picks and lost a fumble, so he had 5 turnovers, and they were just a 32-12 disaster in that game. And then last night was hard to watch because the Milton Williams sack, I mean, he just goes blind. I mean, he just froze and just stood there statuesque and just got rocked, man. And I'm like, man, you're going to get killed, like literally killed out there if you can't at least duck and cover. He just, just froze up, bam, took it right in the mouth. And I'm like, what are you doing? Like, he let Milton Williams, to your point, he got a running start. A running start and hit a statue?
Yeah.
And my God. So look, here's what happened in the game. Drake May said after the game, I didn't throw it very well, and he didn't throw it great. He threw it good enough to win 16-3, but they went 0 for 3 in the red zone, so they weren't great on offense, and he did throw a pick, and he did lose a fumble, and the pick was a little bit careless. He tried to lollipop a little check down deep in his own territory. Midway first quarter, it's still 0-0, and Tart gets a paw up on it, and it tips up in the air, and Henley picks it. Okay, so they got 1st and goal at the 10-yard line. This is where your quarterback has to say, I got this. Because if you seize it by the throat, if you take that home and you go up 7-0, I think you got a shot in that game. But instead, first down, he looks, and then he scrambles. He gets 4. And then they call to play it. He kept it on the option. He gets 3. Then he scrambles again for 1 on 3rd down, and then on 4th down, he throws these misguided missiles where I'm like, where did that come from? It's just rocketry, man. It's just like to Keenan Allen and missed him by about 3 yards. He threw it so hard that I don't think even Keenan Allen could have caught it if it hit him in the hands. And you get none. You get no points, and it's just a psychological killer for your team. And then the other play, they still had a chance when it was still 3-3, and he got McConkey deep on a ball. I don't know if you remember it, but the corner, Marcus Jones, is running. He's beat by a couple steps, and it hits him in the back, and Justin just underthrew it by about 5 yards. If he gets it out there, I think it's a touchdown. So those are the plays in these games that you just have to make that play. And so now I've watched 3 playoff games. and his average QBR, I know you love the stat, but it's 28. So he's had an average of 28.
Not good.
He had a 25, but 28 for 3 playoff games. I will bet you Jim Harbaugh is somewhere right now thinking, I just don't know, man. I don't know if, because he tried to boost him and pump him up and pound on his pads before every game and tell the media that he was a unicorn and that he's an alien and all this. And I don't know, man. I just don't. I'm just saying what I saw at Oregon, and I'm still seeing it now when it matters the most. And it mattered the most last night.
Yeah.
They was in the red zone, man. Like, what you talking about after that pick? I thought the play calling was trash.
Yes,
You can
I
argue.
agree.
Like,
I
bro,
agree.
if put Ben Johnson with that same team, and they will have more than 3 points last night. I bet any
Greg
amount of
Roman.
money on that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's the play calling just
And
wasn't there, bro.
I think Harbaugh has a lot to do with the play calling, too. I think they share the duties.
Yeah. Well, I think if you look back at Giro, I played with Giro in Buffalo, and he's really great in the run game. He's super creative. He's going to give you a bunch of different looks. But the pass game has always been lacking for him. You saw it in Baltimore with Lamar.
Yeah.
That's the reason they got rid of him, because he couldn't get Lamar to that next level. Now you see Herbert, and I saw some diagrams on ESPN of the last couple plays and the red zone plays, just like an all-go special, working something over the middle.
Yep.
It's not creative enough for Herbert.
Right.
I think Herbert showed us over that like 5 or 6 game stretch where he had the broken hand and he willed them, that he has, like he graduated to the next level. Is it the level of winning in the playoffs? Not yet, but I think Herbert showed enough like, hey, let's protect our guy. We got some talent on the outside. We got to get Ladd McConkey more involved, and we got to get more creative. We got to match some things up. You know, you watch Shanahan and you watch Ben Johnson, you watch all these great coordinators. They're scheming stuff up. They're getting guys wide open. Herbert is just labored. It's making plays, running for his life.
Herbert is turning into Lamar and Kaepernick, and it's because of Greg Roman. Like, bro, you need a running quarterback for your offense, and you making Herbert a running quarterback now. So I don't know. Hey, say what you want about Harbaugh, Herbert. Get him boys a Ben Johnson or a Sean McVay tree guy, Shanahan type guy, and then be the judge.
Yeah, I agree. The thing with Roman is, his pass concepts are kind of basic. It's not very creative. It's not really putting the quarterback in the best position to win. But on the other side is his run game is so good, right? He needs help in the pass game. That's kind of where the divorce came in Baltimore. They wanted to get more people involved with the pass game, kind of take things off Giro and get things opened up. And that didn't happen in Baltimore. Now he's in with the Chargers, and they're not getting it done. So, yeah, I'd love to see them get someone out of the West Coast tree that uses shifts and motions, focuses on the zone
Matchup
run.
problems.
Matchups. It's all about matchups.
It, man.
And I want to give. I don't think Drake May played great, but I'm sure he's had some conversations with the 12 who was there before him, because he utilizes running backs. Like Ramondre Stevenson, an OU guy, he had a big day yesterday, and we seen Tom, he was not afraid to use his running backs. Like, I know I can't push the ball downfield. Yes, they had those explosive plays, but that was here and there. But hand the ball off, use my running back out the backfield, and I'm utilizing my weapons. It might not be, it might not be, that's what I'm saying. It might not be push the ball downfield day. It's like when James White, when they came back versus Atlanta, James White had 101 to something receiving yards in the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
A running back. You know what I'm saying? Utilize all of my weapons and whatever's open.
Yeah.
And that's what he did. He did do yesterday. But, I mean, I wasn't like, Drake May is the,
All right, so Aqib, sum this up. I definitely see top 10 talent in Justin Herbert. Do you see a top 10 quarterback in Justin Herbert?
Quarterbacks, it's like they're not alone in this. I can't judge a quarterback just on just the quarterback. I got to judge you on who's calling your plays, who you with. You married to somebody. It's like a package deal for me. So, like, Caleb, I thought he was trash, right? You pairing with Ben Johnson. I love him. You know what I'm saying? So it's a package deal for me. So just a prototype type of guy, I see a great quarterback right there. Now you just need to match him with a great coordinator, and I think he can get something done in the league.
I think he's top 5 talent and a top 10
Top
quarterback because it's talent, just talent,
Just
Yeah.
talent.
talent. He's definitely a top 5 talent.
I think all quarterbacks.
Yeah.
Who's not though? Who's not? Who's just like? Or he's just not a talented quarterback. Like who could we say that about?
Jalen Hurts.
I mean, but he got a Super Bowl
that's
and
gonna
been
tie
to a
into
Super
it.
Bowl.
Yeah,
He got a Super Bowl MVP.
He's got
but
the
he's not
hardware.
talented. Man, you put Ben Johnson in Philly and watch how that shit look.
Right.
Like I'm telling you, bro, it's,
I don't think
the shit is married
Brock
together,
Purdy's
bro.
overly talented.
You know what? I agree on Brock Purdy.
Brock
I think
Purdy-
he's a product of Kyle.
Brock Purdy is
Right.
not
He's
overly
not talented though.
He's talented and he's playing at a high level. You know, this is
Like,
his
bro, how
fourth
can
or
we
fifth
say-
year in the system.
He's Mr. Irrelevant.
Yes,
He's operating at a high level.
What? He's been doing it for years.
But
I know.
if you look
I
at
know.
his
He's not
QBR at the end of the
And he
season
took
when he
his game
came
to the
back,
next
he
level
was
this year.
ranked
He was
top
good.
3.
He was good.
Top 3 this year. So obviously he does have Kyle Shanahan, so we can't judge it. But when he came back from that toe injury, top 3 in QBR this year, Brock Purdy. So
He was killing it. He
I
looked
want to take
good.
that hate.
He looked
This the
good.
NFL, man. This is the cream of the motherfucking crop. Like these 32 guys are all talented. You know what I'm saying? They all talented. You can't say they're not.
Yeah. It's kind of like Gerald was talking about before with Tom Brady, right? That's what I think the difference between, the old quarterbacks, Roethlisberger, Manning, Brady, they go through their progression, boom, they're going to take that out to the running back, right? They go through the progression, their guys aren't open, get the ball in your playmaker's hands.
Yeah.
And that's when you have top talent like Purdy, Justin Herbert could kind of be in that conversation. They have talent, but you got to get it in the playmaker's hands. You got to have a whole system behind them to get it in the playmaker's hands as soon as possible.
I think top talent is when we don't make excuses for them. Like you say, the offensive line for Justin Herbert. It's like the year that Joe Burrow went to the Super Bowl, he had one of the worst ranked offensive lines.
Yeah.
But he had one of the best ranked receiving cores.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
he got a great offensive coordinator too. Even though the line trash,
I'm
a
not
good
like the
offensive
biggest
coordinator,
fan of Zach Taylor.
a good offensive coordinator can manipulate it and
Zach Taylor play. I don't know. I've never been super
we got
sold on
talent
that.
and
That's
we
not
got
a Kyle
dynamic.
Shanahan.
Those are different to me. Talent and dynamic. Like Caleb Williams, he's a dynamic guy. He's a dynamic.
Yeah.
We'll get into that. We're gonna get into that.
Let's talk about Caleb Williams because we had some crazy games this weekend, some crazy fourth quarter games. So one of the most exciting playoff games ever. The Chicago Bears pull off the impossible, coming back from a 21-point deficit. So this game looked all but over, and Chicago rallied to outscore Green Bay 25-6 in the fourth quarter. So this was wild. I think Caleb might have seen the show and taken it personal because I was just showing Skip before the show. He actually posted his highlight reel to a Lil Wayne song. And we know Lil Wayne was talking some trash on the show on Friday.
And he tweeted some trash.
And he tweeted some crazy things about Caleb's nail polish with some vulgar language. But Aqib, was Saturday more about Caleb Williams winning it, or was it about Green Bay collapsing?
it was all about Caleb Williams, man.
Okay.
He did it again. You see the throws this guy made in the fourth quarter, man, is second to none. And he had another top 10 throw of the year falling away. Rome coming across the field, 4th and 8.
Yeah.
4th and 8.
Another dime, man. So you look at their fourth quarter possessions. Field goal, touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. Like him and Ben Johnson came to life, man. It's like I said, it's that quarterback position is married to offensive coordinator. They got to be both of them. And Ben Johnson did a great job using motions, getting Zacchaeus on the linebacker. Boom. Using motions to get Loveland. Quay Walker got to guard Loveland. Like he creating mismatches with moving guys real late. You want to play zone, match zone? Well, I'm going to move this guy late. Now you got a linebacker guarding the receiver. Like, that's Ben Johnson in his bag. Caleb Williams dropping dimes all day long, man. So he used his legs. He scrambled out a couple times when he needed to. So Caleb did it again, man. It's Ben Johnson created the matchup problems. He dialed it up. Caleb Williams is great at reading it. If it's not there, he the most elusive quarterback in the league. Keep his eyes downfield and make throws. It was one throw. He rolled to the right, stopped right at the out of bounds mark and fired something to Loveland. It was inches away from being oh my God, another one, 20 yards on the rope. So man, them two guys together are fucking dangerous. I'm telling you, they dangerous. So I think it was all about Caleb Williams, man. He did it again, and he putting the league on notice right now.
Yeah, I think Caleb Williams, man, that was a resilient win because it did not look good for the first 3 quarters. They looked like they couldn't move the ball, they couldn't score, they couldn't do anything, they couldn't stop the Packers. And then that 4th quarter comes around and things shifted. And that's when they took over. I mean, a lot of blame got to go on the Packers. They had Josh Jacobs, I think he had 6 carries for 7 yards in the second half. We have an 18-point lead. You know, there was opportunities for there to kind of salt that game away, turn around and hand it off. But hey, you got to give credit to the Bears. They got the stops, they got the ball back to Caleb, and he made it happen. That one throw on 4th and 8 where he kind of just goes crazy. He went full Wolverine, just chucked that in there to Roma Dunze and got them going, man. That's that juice, that's that momentum we talk about. I'm really impressed with him. I'm really impressed with Caleb Williams. Watching him coming out of USC kind of felt like, you know, his escapability in the pocket. Can he do it at the next level? Because at SC, you saw him. He'd roll out, he'd get over to the sideline and make some great plays. This year, he proved to me he has the speed and the athleticism to run away from NFL defenders. And the way he's playing, man, they're playing really well, and they're just getting started.
Yeah.
They're just getting started with Ben Johnson and Caleb. Give them another year. I know they're still in it, but give them another year to get some more talent in there. This team's going to be good for a while.
Yeah, Caleb was the reason. But in order for Caleb to get it done, Green Bay had to give him a chance. And what Green Bay did that second half, you want to give credit to the defense, but that offense, man, they started off 3 touchdowns. The start of the downfall was at the end of the half when they missed their field goal.
Yes.
And then they went 4 straight punts, touchdown, missed field goal, game. That was Green Bay. And they tried everything in their power to give Chicago that game. LaFleur trying to be cute with the screen with the O-lineman. He running. He fumbled that. That should have been a turnover.
Yep.
Josh Jacobs fumbled on the kickoff. That should have been a turnover.
Yes.
My man jumping in the end zone. He fumbled. That should have been another turnover. They just kept trying to give him chances. But just because a team is giving you chances, you have to capitalize on it.
Got to.
And that's where Caleb Williams came in, man. That dude believes if the ball's in my hand, we got a shot. And I've been seeing this from the time he was back at OU. When he was at OU and we played OU Texas, it was 28-7. He came in the first play of the second quarter.
True freshman.
True freshman. First play of the second quarter. First time he touched the ball. 65 yards to the
Ridiculous.
crib. And
Just
off we
ridiculous.
went. We came back and won. We seen it. He was OU versus Kansas. It was a 4th and 1. Had to have it. Our running back got stuffed. Caleb went and grabbed the ball out of his hand and went and got the first down. He just got wind in his blood. Caleb is a killer, and what we've been seeing, like Aqib said, put him with the right coach, and he's showing why he was the first pick. Because they seen, listen, we coached this guy up. That's what he can do. He's the best escape artist in the league. He said it himself, I can make every throw. Like, there's not a throw I can't make. That 4th and 8, first off, he got to escape. He has to get away from the rusher. He's falling backwards, and he has enough touch and ability to contort his body and put it right on the money. That's a
big time
like
play.
3 people can make that throw. 3, maybe 4 people can make that throw. So yeah, like you said, we got to put some blame on Green Bay. But Caleb, man, he believes if the ball's in my hand, we got a shot.
I have been in awe of Caleb Williams since that moment he stepped on to that Cotton Bowl field. And I'm an OU fan. You played there and starred there. And what he did against Texas that day in his first snaps as a college football player, it was just extraordinary. You just don't see it. And that's when I knew this is special. This is rare talent. What he did against Kansas was rare. And then, unfortunately, stinking Lincoln, under the cover of darkness, took Caleb to USC. But that's a whole nother story. I give you all that, and I want to echo what you said about 4th and 8. I don't think any human on this planet could have made that throw. He's like, huh?
I say it's a couple who could have made it.
I don't know. You think Bo Nix could have made it?
Bo for sure.
I tell you what,
Bo for
He's
sure.
never gonna
15
doubt
in Kansas
Bo.
City for sure making that
Hey.
throw.
I mean, that was impressive, dude. That was
Bo for sure
unbelievable.
gonna make
That
it.
kid up in Buffalo can make it too. Yeah.
I don't know if he can make that throw that way. I just don't know.
That old man in Pittsburgh can make it too.
I don't think so. No.
No, we're about to see
All
the
right,
end of
so
that tonight.
think about this.
Oh.
We are about to see about this. All right, think about what happened. So I give you the punts to start the third quarter into the fourth quarter. I give you that. But I look at what Jordan Love did in this game. He threw for 323, 4 touchdowns, and no picks. Had a QBR of 80. It's pretty great. And on third and fourth down, they went 9 of 18. Green Bay did. 3 of 3 on fourth down. It's hard to beat. They had 0 turnovers against a turnover crazy defense that just takes it away. They had 0 at Chicago in a playoff game, and the Bears and Caleb turned it over twice. So they won the turnover battle 0-2, okay? So all that added up to you lost. Why did you lose? You know how I feel. I hate kicking. I hate kickers. I hate what happens because this kicker that you know all too well kicked the Green Bay Packers, pardon my language, right in the balls. That's what he did. He kicked them right in the balls. And it's Brandon McManus, who once upon a time for your Denver Broncos, and you loved him up, you said.
That's my guy, man.
Okay, he's your guy. In the playoffs that year, he made all 10 of his field goals, and he made all 3 of his field goals in the Super Bowl.
Yep.
That was a big reason you won the Super Bowl and you get to wear a Super Bowl ring, because a little guy who can't play football helped you win the championship, right?
Of course.
So what did he do on Saturday night? Well, I think one of you guys mentioned that he missed the one at the end of the half, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so what happened on that kick? It's 55 yards, but the wind was kind of with him. So he makes the first one, but Ben called timeout just before the snap. And so he had to re-kick it, and he snap hooks it left. Or it's going to be 24-3 at halftime. And that just, I don't know, just me, 24-3 feels different than 21-3. Just, I don't know, it just feels like, oh, there's another score we got to overcome. It's a psychological killer. It would feel more like a dagger to me. But he missed it. And then what happens? Jordan Love had a big fourth quarter drive. It was impressive. You know, they just roared down there and he hit Golden and they scored. And what does Brandon McManus do? He misses the extra point. It's just a kick in the balls, man. It's psychologically devastating to the whole bench area. It's just like, what? You know, you score and then, wait, he missed the kick. So the math is up against you now because you're going to be off a point. So when you do get a chance to drive it down at the end of the game, you can't just kick a field goal to send it to overtime. You're screwed up because you're down 4, right? And then, of course, he's got another field goal, highly makeable, 44 yards with 2:56 left. If you make it, we're probably having a different conversation right now. But he pushes it wide right. I don't know, maybe Caleb just guts it up and he goes alien again. I don't know. Maybe he makes
he scored a touchdown anyway.
Yeah.
No, I got it. But it's just psychological. It's
Right.
just, you know, where it just, wait, oh, you made it. Oh, so now, you know, it tilts the scoreboard back in your favor where it puts more pressure on Caleb to be Caleb. Maybe it's not so easy to go score a touchdown.
Yeah.
It's just Brandon McManus. And he owned it after the game, and I got no issue with, because he said, he called it an embarrassment of performance. He said, I left 7 points on the board. Well, he did. That's 7 points. If he makes all 3 of those kicks, I guarantee you we're having a different conversation right now. But he said it was the most disappointing performance of my career, the biggest disappointment ever. And that's a guy with the Super Bowl ring. And I don't know what happens to him. When they lose it, they just go south and lose it. When the gremlins start eating at your psyche, you just lose it, and then you're like, damn, I can't. It's almost like, I don't know who plays golf here, but you play. Yeah. You know, if you just lose your driver sometime, you just lose it. Where you just, I don't know what happened.
The yips.
And if it happens during a round, you can't get it back.
Right.
You're like, and you start overcompensating, and you say, I'm duck hooking it. So you start trying to swing out this way, and it just duck hooks more,
goes
right?
even more,
Okay,
sure.
way to go.
Yeah.
So that's what happens to kickers. And once they go south, you got to change. You got to get somebody else. But it's too late now because Green Bay played well enough to win the football game. They did. All things considered, if you look at the big picture of the stats, and I know you laugh at the stats, but they did enough to win the football game if the kicker makes the kicks.
Yeah.
But he didn't make the kicks. And then Caleb went, just inhuman in the fourth quarter. Caleb in the fourth quarter threw for 184 yards.
Crazy.
And
Three touchdowns.
man.
Yeah,
Caleb.
3 touchdowns.
184 yards.
3 touchdowns and a huge 2-point conversion. That was a dot.
Yeah.
I love
Yeah,
it.
It was a
Listen,
dot.
that corner throw, that 2 points.
Yeah.
Dot.
Jeez.
Hey, B-Mac, my dog B-Mac, I love B-Mac to death, right?
Okay.
But he made the post before the game, had that big-ass mink coat on. I said, fuck.
I didn't see that.
Why you wear that goddamn coat?
Really?
Frank Lucas told you about it.
Right,
Yeah, they got you.
They coach.
Hey, man, he put that light on you like that.
Yeah. I'll give you another golf analogy.
Okay.
This is kind of how it went. Packers are rolling. They got everything going. This is like hitting a bomb, 315-yard drive right down the middle, and then getting up there with your gap wedge and topping it or flubbing it out of the park, right? 7 points, a whole touchdown. And what they were doing is they're just throwing gas on the fire for the Bears. They give them the momentum at home. They haven't got shit going for 3 quarters. You keep missing kicks. They're believing on the sideline. Like, let's go.
Yeah,
let's go. We got an opportunity to go win this thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, they just keep giving them chances.
Yeah, well, what I've seen is honestly, Caleb's clutch, and 65% of the chat says it's about Caleb winning it. And I'm also proud of Aqib because one thing about you is you know how to hate on someone, then watch them, and then get back on. You're like,
That's it. I'm out on Caleb Williams. Caleb Williams sucks. No, he's talented.
Well,
but
when
I like
said
that.
it, what
You're
was their
receptive.
record?
You're not stuck in your ways. You watch.
Well, when I
You're adaptable.
said what I said, they was 0-2.
Yeah.
Last year they was trash. I was just speaking the facts. It's not hating if I'm just speaking the facts.
But that's what
He made me a believer. He changed it around and shit. I'm still
You're
speaking the
receptive.
facts.
You're able to change your viewpoint, which a lot of people aren't.
I'm not. I wasn't
Adapt
hating.
or die. You got to adapt or die.
I wasn't hating. though.
Adapt or die.
The facts was the facts.
But Caleb's a dog, and he's super clutch. I do want to listen to what he said after the game, responding to Packers, hoping they would get the Bears in this game. Listen to this.
They wanted us. That's what I heard. They wanted it. They got it.
Yo.
Oh, they wanted it. They got
I
it.
will say this. Say I'm hating if you want to say I'm hating.
No, I was at a compliment.
No. After that, he drinking the Kool-Aid now.
Oh.
You get up to the podium, you talk a little shit,
Yeah.
you make a little post with Wayne, and that's
He
called
had
drinking
he
the
been doing
Kool-Aid.
that all year
Yeah.
though. He had been doing that. That ain't new. He been doing that. Somebody take a shot of him, he take a shot right back.
All right,
He
well,
loves to taste that.
Yeah.
this shit get more important and more important, and there's way less teams for the football guys to look at, and motherfucker, oh, you drinking the Kool-Aid?
That's true.
And they got them motherfucking
point.
Rams coming to town.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, we can say that, but did the greatest quarterback of all time, him and Gronk, after every time they won a game, in a game that was they not posting on IG, them, we ain't going nowhere. I remember that.
That's like that's on
No
chip
matter
5
what
and
I'm
chip
saying.
6.
Would you rather
That's
be-
on chip 5 and chip 6.
Would you rather be
I got a
consistent
big ass cup of Kool-Aid after I got 5 chips.
Would
I
you
can sip
rather
this
be
bitch with a
consistent with
straw.
who he is, regardless, or just like be the front running dude? Like, oh, we finally what? He been doing this all year. This ain't new.
Yeah.
So it's
I'm
like-
just
I kind
telling
of
you.
like the dog.
It don't
thing.
matter.
I like
I'm
it.
just telling you. I'm just telling you. As a guy with a Super Bowl chip and the Orange Bowl chip and the
Oh, we forgot.
Yeah.
The moment you start drinking that Kool-Aid too early,
Yeah.
your ass gonna get popped. I promise you that.
Okay.
All to
They got
say,
the Rams
though,
coming to town. They score a
they
lot of
do
points.
have the Rams
I'm
coming to
telling
town.
you.
But I do need to know, Skip, how do you
Yeah.
can you see Caleb Williams becoming the best quarterback in the NFL?
That's a very interesting question because I can, but he's doing it in a way that's never been done before. You want to talk about unconventional? The key stat for me, the key attribute for a quarterback is accuracy. And Caleb, weirdly, 4 or 5 times every game that I've ever watched him, he'll throw 4 or 5 mystery balls where you say, what was that, man? Where are you aiming? What was it? I don't know. I'm just going to drive this point home. This year, regular season, Caleb Williams was dead last in the NFL at 58% completion percentage. 58%. It sucks. It's busty. And a year ago, and I know you were seeing it early this year, but a year ago, his rookie year under Eberfraud as the head coach and no Ben Johnson, he looked busty a lot because he got sacked 68 times and he'd run around, and then either take a sack or throw it to the wrong team. And he cut his sacks from 68 to 24. That was beautiful. That's about Ben Johnson. But even Saturday night, he was 24 of 48. That's 50%. That'll lose you a lot of games. Except, no, he's Caleb Williams. So he's canceling the misfires with throws that we all agree not a lot of humans can make.
Right.
So he cancels. He misfires, and then it's 4th and 8, and he does that. You say, "What? Wait a second. Oh, they're back in business." So he doesn't get flustered. He doesn't get frustrated. He doesn't ever get down on himself that I can ever see. He gets mad on the sideline, but he doesn't get down, and he doesn't unravel psychologically. That's my problem with Justin Herbert. I just think when it starts going south, he just unravels. And a lot of quarterbacks do, but this one does not. So the point is, in the fourth quarter, he was 10 of 21. That's not great percentage, except it went for 184 yards in the fourth quarter. So he's making inhuman throws where he's better, seriously, he's more consistently accurate and better on the impossible throws than the routine throws. He is. That's the truth about Caleb Williams. Will that ever translate into being the best quarterback in pro football? Unconventionally, I think it could, because the ability, the escapability, the athletic ability, the will, the intangibles, they're off the charts. They're supreme in every category, but the consistency that a Brady would have or a Peyton Manning would have is not with this kid. That's not what I've seen so far. Maybe they can, to your point, as he matures, that they'll clean it up more and more, and he'll start 65%, 68%. I don't know, but I haven't seen it so far, and I didn't see it in college either. He throws a lot of mystery incompletions that he cancels enough that he won a Heisman Trophy.
See, that show you how not important that completion percentage.
Okay, well, you can argue.
It's just not a important
But
stat.
for other humans, it is.
I just don't think so. I don't judge quarterbacks off their completion percentage or QBRs. I just don't. So, but I do think Caleb could be one of the best or the best quarterback in the league, because you said he got arm talent. He can make any throw.
Any throw.
His escapability. So if that play break down, he can escape and keep his eyes downfield and make any throw. And then when you put him with a guy like Ben Johnson, who's his head coach, he's not going nowhere. You marry him with a guy like Ben Johnson, he's the top in the league. So you put them together, man, it's second to none in the league right now. So you keep them together for 10 plus years or 8 to 10 years, man, they got a real shot to be the best duo in the league for a long time. So I say he definitely can be. You just got to win. You got to win. This is a great start for him. You got to win bigger and bigger and bigger games as you go.
Yeah.
And not sip the Kool-Aid.
Don't sip that Kool-Aid, Caleb.
Don't
sip the
Just
Kool-Aid.
from an
Stay
OG.
humble.
Advice from an OG, man. Nah, don't sip that fucking Kool-Aid, man. I'm telling you.
I think, it comes down to consistency. There's a lot of Bears games I watched this year where it's just kind of all over the place, and then fourth quarter, boom, they lock in, making these great throws. Completion percentage is a really big stat for a quarterback. I think it is.
So how is a 50% completion percentage the number 2 seed and going to the divisional round? How, if it's
no doubt. But I think if
Your
you
team around
push
you.
him up to the 60, 65%, 70% now you're talking about him in the best category, him being more consistent, them not having to come back and win it in the fourth quarter in these miraculous wins. But he's got tremendous arm talent, his escapability, he is an athlete, he's a competitor, he's resilient, all the intangibles are there. We just need a little bit more consistency.
Yeah, first things first, Caleb Williams is already the best quarterback ever in the Chicago Bears uniform.
Yeah.
He is the best Chicago Bears quarterback ever. He's got the rookie passing record. He's got the most touchdowns over the first 2 years. He's got more comebacks in this year. He's got more comebacks in this year than any quarterback ever. He's got the playoff passing record. He's got all of these. He's got the single season passing record. He's by far the most talented quarterback.
Wait a second.
So he's better than
who's his competition?
who won the
Exactly.
I got it. Sid Luckman. That's
That's what I was gonna say.
Sid
So
Luckman.
you said Chip, so he ain't better than Jim McMahon.
He's
McMahon
way
got a
better.
chip?
Way better.
Yes.
Yeah, Jim McMahon, yes.
Hey, you got winning chip before you say you.
but he
you
also
got
had
winning
the
chip.
85
Now,
Bears defense.
This a whole nother caliber of football now. Like Jim McMahon probably threw
Is
the
he
ball
better than
100
Jim
times
McMahon or
the
not?
whole season.
Do you think he's better than Jim McMahon?
You can't compare his stats.
That's
his
not
stats
what I
because
asked.
it's a,
I asked you, do you
Jim
think he's better
McMahon
than-
receivers was in 3-point stands. So we can't compare the numbers to the numbers,
Why are you answering the question?
but we can compare the Super Bowls.
Why are you not answering the question? Do you
Not-
think he's better than Jim McMahon?
Jim McMahon got a chip.
Yep. I think that's the deciding
Do
factor
you
if you
think
got to
he's
say.
better than Jim McMahon?
Not yet. Once he get a chip,
Yeah, once you want-
then he'll be
and
better
once
than
Caleb
Couple
Williams
deep
is better
posts.
than Jim McMahon.
And who else is there after
He's
Jim
better than
McMahon?
Jay
Sid-
Cutler.
Sid
He's
Luckman.
better than
Jay Cutler. Jay Cutler's
Mitchell
got
Trubisky. He's
24,000
better than,
passing
He can be
yards,
better than all of them.
154
Don't say
yards
you can't
touchdown.
say you the best in all-time history. I'm the best Bears quarterback ever.
He is.
And I don't got
You know
the
what?
chip yet.
is.
Yeah, you know what makes you,
Well, that's
you know what
coming
makes you the best? Winning.
Yes,
That's
and
it.
He's the best Bears quarterback ever, and he has the ability to be the best quarterback in the league. He has to understand that dynamic is a luxury; it's not a necessity. He's so dependent on his dynamic playmaking ability that he's not. Oh, it's like he's not okay with. He has to be okay with being consistent, but be okay with normal. All the best, the greatest of all, they're okay with normal. Tom Brady, he was okay with normal. Peyton Manning, he was okay with normal and simple. Drew Brees about to go in the hall. He was okay with simple. Kurt Warner I worked with, he was okay with simple. If Caleb can get more comfortable and be okay with simple, he can be the best in the league because if he can be consistent with the simple stuff, his highs are up here, but his lows are like, my goodness.
Yeah.
He can hit that throw on 4th and 8, but a 5-yard route, he missing by 5 yards. It's like, Caleb, what the heck is going on?
Yeah.
If he can do that with everything else he has, he can for sure, like Aqib been saying, he's partnered with Ben Johnson. You took Andy Reid. Andy Reid's never had a bad quarterback because he's Andy Reid. But then you put Patrick Mahomes with him. See what we got? That's the Ben Johnson and the Caleb Williams combo. So if he get more consistent being simple,
God don't give you everything though, man.
No.
He ain't give Tom Brady the escapability like that. He didn't get that to Peyton. You know what I'm saying? He don't give you everything. He gave Caleb Williams all this other stuff, and he's just a little inconsistent on with his completion.
That's what I'm saying. So if he can get
It's been like
consistent
that.
with that
It's
going
been like
up,
that forever, right? At
but
OU,
he
was
can
it like
be
that?
consistent with that
At
going
SC,
up.
was it like that? Well, that's just who he is. You know what I'm saying? That's how he played football. That's not going to
His
change.
style.
You can win like that. You know what I'm saying? So
Oh, we talking about being the best quarterback. If he can be
you just
okay
said
with
he was
doing
the best
that,
quarterback in Bears history. So
he is.
All right,
it's not
well,
close.
Well, if he could be the best quarterback in Bears history like that, then he could.
In Bears history, they never even had a 4,000-yard passer.
Yeah.
Like, what are we talking about?
Okay,
We're talking about the best in the league.
Let me answer your
You say
question.
these quarterbacks in the league?
Okay, so I worked in Chicago and I covered the Bears and I was at all those games in 1985. So I know the 85 Bears inside and out. I don't know Sid Luckman. He's even before my time.
Yeah.
But I'm sure he was really good
He has
in
4
an era.
championships.
Yeah, I know. They were really good. They just dominated.
chips.
And I think they were like
That was precursor
okay,
before.
I
Super
think there were
Bowl,
like
4
4 teams in the
championships.
league at that point. So it
That's before your time.
Still
Sid?
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Bill Russell.
All right.
Them hoes count.
But here's the
Them
point.
hoes.
Them hoes count.
Caleb Williams is in another stratosphere from Jim McMahon, just in every way, shape, and
But
form.
who's not? Oh,
Okay,
that's like-
I got it. But the 85 Bears defense terrorized people. It was the most devastating defense I have ever witnessed because they ran that Bear defense with Buddy Ryan, and nobody could figure it out. Maybe it was just the scheme that did it, but listen, there are about 7 Hall of Famers on that defense, and you know a bunch of them, and they won it almost all with their defense. So if you put Caleb with that bunch, it'd be lights out. But they didn't need Caleb Williams. They just needed a game manager, and that's what Jim McMahon was. But he
And-
does have a ring, and he did make the plays that had to get made. But
Exactly.
Yeah.
If we put a highlight tape on, I bet you he got a pretty nice offensive highlight tape. The Super Bowl, the year he won the Super Bowl.
100%. Well, a crazy turnaround here because if we looked at last year, what we were all talking about Caleb Williams, crazy turnaround. So congrats to him. But I want to get into a little drama, okay? Because we know the Bears-Packers rivalry is intense. But it seems like there's a little rivalry between the coaches as well. Check out this little handshake after the game.
Yeah, a little sly handshake.
Yeah.
Hey,
And he's
Yeah, all right.
there's zero. I didn't see eye contact at all.
Hey, good to see you.
He said, "I hate you." So there's that. I mean, obviously they really dislike each other. And then Caleb and the guys brought back the cheese grater, and they were having some fun post game. So I want to check out that too.
Oh yeah, I love those cheese graters.
Look at that
You seen the fans up there? The
Yeah.
fans? It was,
Yeah,
He almost went through like a whole thing of cheese. He was loving it.
I'm telling you.
that's great.
That's drinking the Kool-Aid, is it not?
Mm.
And then, just to add a little bit more, we
Yeah,
got to
a
listen
whole
to
lot
Ben
more.
Johnson in the locker room because, wow.
Yeah.
it's a thing, man.
Oh,
Nah, it's
F
real.
the Packers. So, Richie, do you like Ben Johnson yelling F the Packers, or will that come back to haunt it?
I love that. I love Ben Johnson yelling F the Packers. You know what I mean? Because when it's a division game, you guys know division games, we hate each other. Division
Exactly.
Games. You see each other twice a year. You guys are all caught up. They're talking in the media. Who's going to win the division? Who's going to do this? Right? You're always kind of mentioned with each other. So those division games matter most. And when you eliminate a division rival from the playoffs, man, talk your shit, man. Fuck everybody.
Right.
F those guys.
And then it's you the leader of the team, right? Like Caleb can't come in the media and say, man, fuck the Packers. Like the guys can't say it. I'm saying the shit that all the guys, how all of us feel. That's why I got so turned up in there. Because everybody in the locker room want to say it. Y'all can't say it, so I'm going to say it for us. And it's a rivalry game. You just sent them boys home, man. I love it, man. I love it. You said he could say that after the game about them just because, like you said, it's a rivalry, division, and it's clear as day that they hate each other. You know what I'm saying? They talk a little shit to each other in the media. You won the game. Extra little sauce on it, man. So I love it.
Yeah, it's the oldest rivalry in football. And then you seen LaFleur, his hands, all he did is reciprocate LaFleur's handshake the 2 games before. He did the same handshake when they beat them. But they are letting everybody know what this rivalry means. We seen Micah, he said the same thing about Chicago. When they were getting ready to play him, he said, I just don't like him. He just got here.
Yeah.
He never even played him yet. But they're clearly making it clear, we don't rock with them. Like Ben Johnson, he's in the media, even the passing record, having a 4,000-yard passer. He was like, I guess it's a thing. And the media's telling him, hey, that's a big deal around here. Like he's learning about the rivalry. And then his personal rivalry with LaFleur, I love it. He's like, man, sure, they don't rock with us.
Yeah. It makes it fun. I like a rivalry.
If you look at Pittsburgh and Baltimore, when you come into either one of those teams, you just know that week versus that team, this is what it is. So, yeah, I like it.
So, as I mentioned, I did work in Chicago and I covered Jordan, and Michael Jordan was notorious and great for taking the most innocent little statement from the rival and blowing it into something outrageous. And Ben Johnson went Jordan-esque this week, going back, because your guy Jeff Hafley, didn't you play 4 with him? Tampa, right? Okay, so he's the defensive coordinator. So they took a statement that he made at the end of his media session last Wednesday, in which he told the reporters, we're not going to be done. I'll see you guys next week. Okay, well, you can't crush him for saying that. He just, what's he supposed to not? Maybe he should shut his mouth and not say that. But Ben Johnson took that and made it bulletin board material. Yeah. Like they're saying they're guaranteeing, a coach is guaranteeing a victory. And that's why he's doing F the Packers, screaming at them. And that's why we saw Caleb say, they wanted us, they got us.
Fired up the boys.
All right. Well, he did say, Ben Johnson, when he was hired at his opening press conference, he said, I enjoyed beating Matt LaFleur twice a year in Detroit. So he was pouring gasoline on that fire right away because he needs to set a new tone. We're not the same old SOB Bears, old Bears, right?
Yeah.
We're different. We're coming after you, Green Bay. You're not the big dogs. We're taking your place. We're going to dethrone you in this division and dethrone everybody in this division. So I liked it, but I do agree with Aqib. When it trickles down to Caleb, I don't love it because it is drinking Kool-Aid.
I don't like Caleb doing it.
Yeah. And
Ben Johnson do it. Let the defense do it.
yeah.
Caleb just got to be even kill.
It's bad juju for the quarterback to do it?
Yeah, I'm telling you,
The football gods only look at the quarterback doing it?
The quarterback, he just wears a certain jacket. He wears a certain hat. You know what I'm saying?
And he hasn't done anything yet.
Exactly.
He hasn't done anything.
Yeah, he hasn't earned
really
that, yeah.
done something.
I bet if we could ask Tom Brady, would you come up there with the cheese grater? Tom would say, no. No, I wouldn't.
I love little bulletin board material. I love that because you got to take every little thing. Like Brady was the best at that. Like he would take one thing. Brady's arm talent isn't there. Brady isn't this there, this, that. Back in, I forget the year, but we were going to play the Jets, and we were with the Dolphins, and Reggie Bush had his only 1,000-yard rushing season in Miami with us. And all the talk was, Reggie can't run between the tackles. Reggie can't run between the tackles. So we got him going in between the tackles. We're going up to play the Jets, and Rex made a comment, Reggie's hurting a little bit. We're going to put some hot sauce on that knee. Well, we got that in the O-line room, and we're like, fuck this. We are going to go up there, and we are going to put it on them. We went up there. We rushed for 150-plus. That was back when the Gangnam Style dance was going.
Yeah.
We blocked a punt. Everybody was doing the Gangnam Style. I mean, there's no better feeling than when a rival coach talks shit. You go in there, you back it up, you go beat that ass. And the Bears, for the last 10, 15 years, they've been dominated by the Packers, right?
Yeah.
And every offseason they got to hear about the Packers are so talented. They got Jordan Love. They got all these weapons, right? So that's just that's like the cherry on top for the Bears.
All right, well, congrats to the Bears, but you know who did beat the Bears was the Niners. So I think we got to move on to the Niners because what a Sunday it was for myself. All of these boys on the couch, they all doubted the Niners. But big shout out to my guy, Little Wayne, Skip's guys, because he rode with me and the Niners. And Kyle Shanahan is so good that wide receiver Joanne Jennings had more completed passing over 15 air yards than Jalen Hurts. So the Eagles offense had 8 all-pros and couldn't move the ball against a 5th and 6th string linebackers. So it was looking good for us. I'm sure most of the Bird fans right now are waiting by their phone to a notification that says fire Kevin Patullo.
Yes.
I know that you've been asking for that for a while. So Skip, who deserves the blame for this Eagles loss?
I did pick the Eagles before the year started to win the NFC, and then I re-picked them to win it all. And I wasn't just trying to jinx them because I picked them last year before anybody did, because I like that they've set the bar higher in our division to make Jerry Jones try to live up to that GM in Philadelphia who just runs Super Bowl rings around Jerry. There was just something wrong with these Eagles the whole season, and I kept trying to like or even love them, and I couldn't because they hit and they missed, and they hit and they missed. And this game was like a microcosm of hitting and missing because they did a lot of good things in this game, but they didn't really show up for a game they should have won by 3 touchdowns on paper. On paper, especially if you tell me Kittle's going to be gone and it's going to be a devastating Achilles injury, and obviously, as Kinsey well knows, there's no Bosa, there's no Warner, there's no Ayuk, there's no Bethune. I mean, he was really good, and he's gone for this game, and they have to go drag Eric Kendricks off the couch.
Right.
The last team he played for was my team. He was a Cowboy. They brought him in from Minnesota to run Mike Zimmer's defense, if you recall. And he wasn't very good because he was washed up. Now he's 33, and they literally had to go pull him off the couch to bring him into San Francisco.
And he was running the defense.
And he was running the defense, and he had 10 tackles yesterday and broke up the pass that ended the game. Eric Kendricks did that. Well, Kyle had his team way readier to play from jump than Sirianni did. And right away, it's just astounded me that Demarcus Robinson, who caught 22 balls for this team, comes out of nowhere on the opening drive and catches 2 big ones on Quinion Mitchell, who's, to me, I know Pat Surtain's really good, but he's right up in there as one of the top corners, top 3 corner. And Demarcus Robinson smokes him twice on the opening drive, second one for a touchdown. I'm like, what? Demarcus Robinson did that? So Jalen answers with a long drive and a touchdown, and here we go again with another kicker. Jake Elliott misses the extra point. It's a kick in the balls, man. It's just like, You did that, and now you're down 7-6. It doesn't feel right. It feels like, oh, here we go again. And yet, Jalen played well enough to win the game. They dropped 4 balls on third down. On third down, they dropped 4 balls. They rushed for 140 yards. So, to your point about your defense, it played really well. But Philly did something that they don't do. Saquon got untracked. He got unleashed. That they ran for 140, which should be good enough to win that football game. They dominated the clock, 36 minutes to 24. That should be good enough to win that football game against a decimated visiting opponent.
But it wasn't.
It just wasn't. And yet, look, the AJ thing, we're going to get to AJ in a second. AJ versus Jalen, trust me, they've had big off-the-field issues, and you think they've made up, and they're okay, and then they're not, and then it's a struggle. It's a struggle like Jalen feels pressure to throw it to AJ, and then he throws it to AJ, and he threw him the 2 balls in the second quarter against the wind. And I thought AJ should have caught one of them because he's 3-time Pro Bowl receiver, and he's just that good. You got to go get one of those. I know the wind is playing havoc with it, but you got to go get one of them. And he didn't. Then he got in it with Sirianni on the sideline, and it's just troubled. It never felt right to me. And then he drops the big third down pass, but Jalen sucked it up and said, no, I got this. And he goes back to Dallas Goedert on 4th and 5, and that was a big clutch throw that saved the game for a moment. And they get down to 3rd and 11 at the 21, and he throws it to his big play receiver, the guy who doesn't fail him, Devontae. And Devontae, I know it's against the wind and the ball's floating, but he gets both hands. I'm sorry. It hit both hands. You have to catch it. And if you catch it, it's 1st and goal at the 5-yard line. Help me out. With 40 seconds left, or can you cash that? I think you can cash that. And we're having a whole different conversation. But he dropped it. And then I thought Jalen forced the next throw to Dallas Goedert because that's his security blanket. That's the only one he really trusts.
I didn't like the play call.
Yeah, well, it was just triple
I like the play call. I didn't like who he threw it to.
He just threw it to the wrong guy. And they're like 3 defenders everywhere.
Yeah.
And Eric Kendricks just drops back and gets his hand on the ball. Okay, so did Sirianni have the team ready? No. Were they just spoiling to get beaten by a team? Like, I loved what McCaffrey said at the end of the game. He said, our team fights. That's what your team does. It just fights.
They're united.
Because the culture is a fighting culture. The Eagles fight internally. That's what they do. They fight each other. So, in the end, it just felt not meant to be, and congratulations to your fighters because they sucked it up and gutsed it up and pulled it off.
The greatest game in the world.
And I'm putting the blame on AJ.
Okay?
You are the #1 receiver.
Okay, I'm glad to hear you say that.
You got opportunities to make game-changing plays, and you're not making them. To play downfield, that could potentially lead to a score.
Absolutely.
You're not making it. The 3rd down, you drop that. That's a big play right there. And I think that drop is why he threw it to Goddard in triple coverage because he's just not trusting your ass right now. He's not trusting his #1 guy who outside with one-on-one coverage.
He went the other way.
You feel? I ain't talking about that. I'm talking about the Goddard play.
Yeah.
They in red 4 or red 2. Either one, the corner is by himself on AJ.
Yep.
You could throw that back shoulder, or I could find a way to. AJ is one-on-one out there with Lenore.
He was.
You throw it inside against 3 guys. That's because he's not trusting you because you ain't making no plays all day.
Fact.
So I'm putting it all on AJ, man. And then the sideline thing, that's just bad morale. That's you lowering the morale because the head coach running down. He the fucking head coach.
Well,
if he's telling you hurry up and get off the field, hurry up and get off the field, bro. Like, that don't make you. You think he's saying something to you about your drop because you in your feelings.
Yeah.
Like, bro.
I think he did think he was getting on him.
He thought he was getting on him about his drop, so that's why he wanted to buck up and say something back. But, bro, this
Agreed.
It's just not a time for that, bro. His whole demeanor at the whole game was lackadaisical and walking around, and it wasn't no urgency, in my opinion. And if your best #1 guy come out and play like that in a big game like this, it's gonna be tough to win. So I'm giving it to AJ, and also the fucking secondary. I didn't expect they played pretty good all year, at least later half of the season. I didn't expect them to give up big play after big play. Cooper DeJean gave up a big play in the slot. for
He did.
35, 40 yards.
He did.
You said Quinyon Mitchell touchdown and the big play on him to start the game. Like, too many big plays.
I
by
thought
that secondary.
Blankenship got burned
Reverse
a couple
pass.
times.
Blankenship got burned. I thought they played good up front. They stopped the run. They got pressure on them.
Although, quick point before you guys go. I like Jalix Hunt, and I love Jalen Phillips that they picked up from the Dolphins. And I kept looking for him yesterday. Do you realize they both played high snaps on defense? They registered no stats. They did nothing. They got one hit on Brock Purdy, which was a sack, and it was kind of a coverage sack where he took off running.
Yeah.
That was it. So
They stopped the run, and I feel like
They did stop the run.
they got to him enough.
They
made him
pressured him.
move.
They got him off the
They
spot.
got him off. They
You got him
turnovers.
off the spot.
You know what I'm saying? They got pressure on him where he tried to force throws. Quinyon Mitchell got 2 picks off them getting to him fast.
They did.
So I feel like, man, up front they played solid.
Yeah.
And secondary, Quinyon Mitchell ended up with 2 picks, but them big plays, man, that should have lose you games.
It will.
Yeah. I think, I'm going to blame this on Jalen Hurts, and not only this game, I'm going to blame it on him all season. Because we started off the season and we were talking about Kevin Patullo. Obviously, he's a step down from Shane Steichen, Kellen Moore, right? So you have Patullo come in, and everybody's asking in the early part of the year, like, what's going on with the play calling? What's happening? And then you take a step back, and I talked to some sources that are really close to the program, and they're saying, listen, Jalen isn't playing well in this offense. He's holding the ball too long. Zone coverage confuses him, right? So that's where I think this festered with A.J. Brown. He couldn't get him the ball. He's back there, standing back there for 4 seconds. The coverage is fooling him, right? So you have this festering with A.J. all year long. You have, is it Patullo? Is it Jalen Hurts? I can literally sit back at the end of the year and I could say, yeah, it's a lot on Patullo, but Jalen did not raise his level of game. They had no identity on offense. Their offense goes through Saquon Barkley. That's how they went up through a Super Bowl run, right? Saquon running the ball, going over 100 yards a game, Jalen making enough plays.
The same thing about Saquon then. This
Well,
offense didn't work well for Saquon.
Well, the offensive line was a mess up front. The offensive line had some injuries. They couldn't open up holes.
And Lane Johnson was gone again yesterday.
Lane Johnson's gone again
Also,
yesterday, but he still had over 4 seconds.
Run game is how you draw it up, too.
Run game's how you draw it up, right? That comes back to play calling, right? But then if you take away the run game, it's got to be on your franchise Super Bowl winning quarterback, and I don't think Jalen Hurts raised his level of play this year. Now you have AJ who's frustrated. I'm sure Devontae's frustrated, but he's never going to say anything about it, right? But Jalen had all day to throw. They kept him pretty clean. They got 140 yards on the ground.
Yep.
They turned the ball over twice, or they got San Francisco to turn the ball over
you had
twice.
every opportunity.
And they got 3 points off of it, right? The defense is handing you the ball. The defense is playing well.
Yeah.
And then you just can't do shit on offense. I think that Jalen really kind of held them back, and you see him. He's sitting back there watching the zone coverage, and the only thing he can do is dump it off to the tight end in the flat, dump it off to the running back, right? You got A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith on the edge. You give Josh Allen, you give Caleb Williams, you give Justin Herbert, those 2 guys, and they have that quiet of a year. It's all on the
Brown
quarterback.
had multiple drops that were in his.
Right.
Oh, no, now the drops are on AJ. If you're gonna bitch and moan all year and you want to make a stink about it, that's fine. But you have to show up in the big moments.
It was a collective offense. It was just collective. Like, there's times where Jalen missed open guys, but then there's times where they getting drops. The defense got you the ball back twice. So if I get you the ball back twice, I understand the scheme of how they drew it up, and we gave up the big play for the touchdowns. And that last touchdown, that's hard to defend. You got CMC on that choice route. He goes out. You have to stay with him. If he goes out, you got to stay with him as he goes out.
Yeah.
CMC, he come back, catch it in the end. That's hard to defend. So, but they had every opportunity offensively, but when the game was on the line, because collectively the offense just wasn't good, but when the game was on the line, I hit AJ right in the face. I hit Devontae right in the hands.
Yep.
I believe it was the drive before, I hit Saquon right in the hands.
He did.
Yep.
He was, when I needed to make the throws, he made the necessary throws. The extra point early in the game, if they have that, I understand San Fran's kicker missed the extra point too, but if they have that, then it's, they down 3.
Yeah.
So now we can just go get 3. It was just collectively, offensively, it just, and like Lieb said, man, I've been saying this all year. And the Philly fans, y'all can say what y'all want. I don't care. Y'all killed me for this. Y'all should have got rid of AJ long time ago.
They can't.
Because it doesn't matter. He's never going to accept accountability.
Yep.
He's always going to. It's just. And then you go out there and you getting dropped. You can't cry like that. And then when the ball is time to make the play, you don't make the play. And like Lieb said, this is the head coach. His energy was off. If he had great high energy, he wouldn't have reacted like that.
Yeah.
That was a self-esteem, self-conscious reaction to the head coach running down there.
Yeah.
You had just the play before, you missed the ball. And then their very next, you go out, first off, when he got up, okay, he was a little banged up, he went off, they got a flag. He comes back on the field. They come right back to you. It hit you right in the hands.
Yeah.
And then you want to take your time getting off the field. He's telling you, get off the field so we can punt the ball.
Yeah.
And you going to sit here and beef with the coach, and then when the coach walk off, now you beefing with somebody else on the sideline. You are on the sideline sliding all down. Like, dog, what are you doing? What are you doing? That's bringing us down. Like, what are you doing?
Well, here's what's coming in Philadelphia. Patullo's gone, right? And they have to mend the fence with A.J. Brown because I was just looking at his contract. He has a $25 million cap hit roughly, right? If they trade him, his cap goes to $48 million. So they're going to have a $48 million hole in their roster. They need to get AJ, I think this is where Sirianni's good. Put your arm around him. You got to get him back for one more year. You got to get the quarterback going. You got to bring it. He went from Shane Steichen to Kellen Moore to Kevin Patullo. You got to get a bright offensive mind around him. Get AJ. Hey, AJ, look, we're bringing in. We're changing things up. We're going to get it going. Because you got to run it back with AJ because they can't get rid of him. It's cap hell to get rid of him.
I know. I do want to dive into
your team built up like that. You could afford cap hell. They already.
That's what I'm saying, bro. You can get. You got enough.
That's a big number.
You got enough on your team, though. If you get a Todd Monken that could come in here, he could develop something. I would go get Josh McCown. He was under O'Connell. I'll tell you, get a guy like that. That's a mind that can build and really
Mike
make this
McDaniels.
thing go.
I go
That's what I'm saying.
Mike McDaniels.
That would be perfect.
Bro,
Man, I'm going to go get somebody.
They're going to
Coat the rock.
Perfect.
And create. I know how to get Tyreek Hill the ball, period.
Yes.
I know how to get Jalen Waddle the ball, period.
Right.
And I'm going to get
you
somebody
think
like
AJ
that.
Brown
That's what I'm saying.
I'm going, AJ is gone. I'm getting AJ a lot of
I don't think so.
I said this weeks ago.
because when your production is high, we winning chips, then I could deal with it. The first sign of I can't deal with it no more, you doing this and we ain't winning no more, bro, you gotta go.
And you doing that, and then when you dropping it, man, go, bro. You can go.
You get a nice draft pick for AJ. You can get Devontae could be the man. I bring in a young boy to be the Devontae. Right, easy work.
Skip, if you
By the way,
Eagles, would you part
allow
ways?
me to speak for Cody Kessler, who's not here today. From show one, first of the year, Kevin Patullo, no good.
No.
Yes,
So
I was in the same boat.
But they toted the rock yesterday.
Yeah, they did.
They did.
They had drops in key.
I mean, but
so that
we
wasn't
had
a good call to hit
strict
Devontae in his
string
hand.
linebackers. It
That
wasn't
wasn't
hard
a
to
good call
put the rock.
hit Devontae in his
But
hand.
no, I think,
or maybe to throw the fade to AJ one-on-one.
If you look back at the
talking
whole
about?
season, the offense evaporated for halves. They
Yeah, it
would
did.
come out and ball out in the first half and then nothing, or they would just have a whole game and then get it going at the end.
Okay, but quick point about Jalen Hurts. His two greatest games of his career were Super Bowl games where he outplayed Patrick Mahomes in both Super Bowls, was the MVP of the second one in which they were up on Kansas City 40-6 with 4 minutes to go in the game. So he did that at the highest level. So if I have to choose between him and AJ, and I do believe it's come down to that, you have to cut the cord with AJ and eat all that. You just have to eat the cap.
Big number.
Because
That's a big number.
But remember, Jalen doesn't have the biggest number. So
Right.
and Saquon's isn't outrageous. It's not. They didn't give him the sun and the moon money wise. So you can sort of play and redo their deals to make it workable.
Well, the thing about the contracts in Philadelphia, they do a lot of void years. I think they have a crazy amount of number. They do a lot of those void years. So can they go in there? Is it best to have a divorce with AJ? Yes, but on paper they're going to have to make a lot of things
Get that paper.
work.
Them dudes is billionaires. He'd be all right. Get him out of here, man.
I know, but
There is no
luxury tax.
Man,
We play in the salary cap system.
Man, listen,
There
it's
is
so
no
many
luxury
teams out here
tax.
paying multiple coaches and all that, man. You gotta, listen.
Yeah.
At some point, the team is gonna get the players get tired of come on, dog. Let's. Come on, man. We gonna.
I think they make it go one more year. I think they make it work one more year with AJ because he's talented.
not going to work. He's not happy there.
AJ is. so far
listen,
gone.
All right.
He is not happy.
Well,
there.
no,
It's
no,
never.
Wait, I like a bet.
Sushi
Can we
dinner. No
bet?
Malibu sushi dinner that AJ's on the
Oh,
roster.
write this one down.
Yeah, I take
You
it.
No
can have a
Malibu.
$48 million salary cap hole on your roster when you
Yeah,
have
yes, you can.
everyone on that roster
ain't-
paid like that.
Okay, everybody, but listen, you
They
can
got-
do that. Okay, but what about the rest of the talent on the team? That team is loaded still. So he
They're
can
loaded.
go.
Yeah,
He can go.
they're
We'll
loaded.
be all right.
Right.
We'll
They're
be
going to
straight.
replace him with a free wide out.
Well,
Straight.
True.
With
So-
a free wide out.
Yes.
majority of the guys are saying fire AJ Brown, and I will agree with this because look at you guys have 8 All-Pros on offense, and on the other side of the ball, we've got Kyle Shanahan and just a unit, right? You have DeMarcus Robinson was our wide receiver 1 yesterday.
Yeah.
It's like these are not big names,
No.
but they're making things happen because they have camaraderie and they have Kyle Shanahan. So,
Yeah.
Gerald, I do want to ask, did Kyle Shanahan prove yesterday that he's the best coach in the NFL?
Oh, I think Kyle Shanahan should be the coach of the year.
Woo!
Everything that they went through, injury after
Yeah.
injury after
The
injury
next
after
man up.
injury.
Next man up.
Quarterback is out, next man up, and they found a way to get into the playoffs. Not just get in the playoffs. We had double-digit games. It was rare where you seen them where you like, dang, they just don't look. They was in all these games. Seattle was number 1 seed. They went up there opening day. They beat them. They had a chance to beat them at home. They kept that game close. All of these games, Kyle is showing that it's about the culture. It's about taking who I have and figuring out how to make that work.
Making
He
that
has
best.
plug-and-play systems. Salah, he should be up for
great.
another head coaching job.
Yes.
What he's
Oh,
been able
no,
to
but
do with
don't
this
take it.
defense.
Yes.
And to like, man, hey, listen, I just get whoever, but it's the system. I forget what game it was. We all came in here the next day and was like, man, that San Fran team, the defense was just flying around.
Yeah.
I forget
Yeah.
what game it was. A bunch of, we was like, man, who are these
Yeah, it was
dudes?
prime
It's against
And
the
they-
Rams.
Yeah.
Yeah. They was just, I'm like,
Yeah.
yes,
Yeah.
Kyle Shanahan, he showed who he is as a coach because a lot of times we were looking at like the 2019 team, loaded with talent, offensively, defensively. Then they come back in the playoffs. And every time he's in the playoffs, he's going to the AFC
Yeah, he's going to the
Yeah.
This is what he's doing.
Yep.
But this year, when you're looking at what he had, you say, well, man, the 49ers is just every week. Like, man, how the 49ers got 6 wins already? How they
Yeah.
got 7? How they got? Say, Coach, Kyle Shanahan, he know how to win games. When Kittle went out, I'm pretty sure every 49ers fan was like,
There's-
all right, here we go. And they won that game. Yes,
Yeah.
figuring out how to. Christian McCaffrey is highly talented. He's highly skilled. But you put him with Kyle Shanahan.
Agreed.
And you could put him in. He knows how to put him in spots. He knows how to. We're going to go 3-by-1. We putting him over here. I'm putting CMC over here where he has to ISO. It's you and him. That guy can't guard. He just knows how to coach football, man. So, yes, Kyle Shanahan, it was a toss-up. I was, Liam Cohen, Kyle Shanahan. There was a couple coaches where I was like, Coach, Kyle Shanahan, man. He got to be coach of the year.
Although that shouldn't count on coaching.
I know it shouldn't, but like yesterday was more of a stamp.
Yeah.
But that was
for-
every. This has
Yeah.
been every game, every week.
Right.
Somebody
Yeah.
new's hurt every week.
Yeah.
So I want to say he's the best coach in the NFL because it's a lot of guys, well, not a lot of guys, but it's a handful of guys who doing their shit right now, like Ben Johnson, like Sean Payton.
Yeah.
Like it's a lot of them who on top of their game right now. So I can't just stamp him as the guy, but I will say he one of them, man. The way he has his team ready to play always.
Well, the difficulty he's facing. I mean, Ben,
The
they don't
difficulty-
have the injuries that the Niners have right now.
I mean, they do. They got rookie quarterbacks, and they got their own boat of problems. Everybody got problems, Kinsey. It's the National Football League. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. A backup, he one step behind the starter. You one play from being a starter. It's a lot of guys guys like Juszczyk, you become a star because of Shanahan. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I just say just how he has his team always ready to play. How competitive his team always is. And then it's how he built his depth chart. They got depth. That's why they could be next man up. They got the same
We got
caliber of players,
fifth and
man.
sixth string in there.
Man, they got the same caliber of players all the way through. And then it's just how you dial it up. Like you said, man, you can have a CMC, but can you get him the ball in multiple ways like Shanahan do? You know what I'm saying? That's a skill. So can you score in the red zone? Can you dial up a jet, reverse, pass in the red zone right at the time you need it? It's how he dial that shit up. So I definitely put him in that top boat of guys, but it's hard to stamp yourself as the best.
The
Yeah.
best.
No, I mean,
I think from year to year that the best coach, it changes.
Yeah.
And he always in with a Lombardi. He was the best
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
If you look at consistency.
I think that's for me sustained success
Yeah.
over the long haul. Since he's been there.
Yeah.
Him and John Lynch
Not
have.
that.
Yeah. But him and John Lynch have just stacked that team with talent. They have talent everywhere. Now they have a bunch of injuries, but they have a ton of talent everywhere. They're always in the playoff, always in the NFC Championship game, bunch of Super Bowl appearances. I think the best compliment Shanahan can get is when we talk about young, up-and-coming offensive minds, we're like, it's they look like Shanahan, they look like McVay, right?
They come from his tree.
They come from his tree. They run that system. They scheme you up, shifts, motions, personnel. They get you to give them a certain look, and then they expose matchups. They take advantage of matchups. Now, this was a masterclass doing it this year. You're missing your entire defense. You're missing all your linebackers. You're down to some guys. Kendricks, they pulled Kendricks off the street, comes up with the play of the game. So with Shanahan, it's about belief. It's about believing that he's going to put the guys in the best position to win. They have belief that they're going to go out there and they're going to have a tight game plan to attack these teams. And they're always in the conversation. They had a bunch of injuries. They just keep winning. They keep winning. They keep winning. George Kittle goes out. Who do they start throwing the ball to? Juszczyk. They're using Juszczyk out of the backfield, right? I mean, that is having confidence in your players, putting them in a position to succeed, and then going out there and executing.
Okay. All I know for sure is that your head coach did the best job this year of any head coach, given everything you just talked about. And I also want to give credit to his father, who I know pretty well, because Mike is one of the best to ever call plays in this league, and he still contributes heavily to Kyle. And I think there's a brain trust going on, and their plans are always the best plan you could have for this circumstance. And the team believes in Kyle and plays hard for Kyle, and that's hard to find consistently, as you guys know, in this league. I have covered a bunch of teams in my time who, with major injuries, just quit. And they didn't mean to quit. They just subliminally, psychologically just said, the reality set in. You know, like, we're just not good enough. Not your team. And it's a tribute to Mike Lynch, because the fifth and sixth stringers, they all look pretty good to me. Like, wait, who's that?
well.
Oh, that guy looked pretty good. That corner yesterday, I don't even know who he was, but he looked like he was making some plays. What was his name? Stout?
Stout, yeah.
Stout.
Yeah,
I'm
he
like,
looks good, yeah.
damn, the kid can play, right?
Yeah.
Or maybe they think they can play. Maybe in the system. I still say Salah's a better coordinator than a head coach. That's just me, but he's a really good coordinator. And that unit is playing so hard for him.
That combo, him and Shanahan.
That is like a
I
great
know.
combo.
That's why I'm like, nobody hire him as a head coach, please.
I mean, they got a good thing going.
Yeah. This was an all-timer to pull this off. Under those circumstances with no Kittle, it's just hard to do. And I agree about Christian McCaffrey. You put him, like, they couldn't run. He's not the best banging it between the tackles, but the catch he made at the goal line on the trick play, it's a hard catch because
Over his right shoulder.
but he looked the wrong way. He looked inside and the ball goes outside. And when Jennings threw it, he said, I thought I threw it too far because it's with the wind, and he thought it was just going to fly. And McCaffrey did this and then went back the other way and caught it straight over his head.
dude,
It's a hard catch, man.
He's an athlete.
Sometimes I think he's at least as good a receiver, like a catcher of the football, as he is a runner of the football. Man. And so you've maxed out what he is to your football team. And what a coach. That yesterday was a coaching job. That's where you say,
I agree.
Yeah.
Well, this weekend, though, we have the Seattle Seahawks again. So this will be a little trilogy, because the Niners, when we went to Seattle in the beginning of the season, we popped them. And then in Seattle, we played them again. Then they popped us, obviously. So now we're going to be playing them again this weekend.
Oof.
It's become, obviously it's always been a little bit of a rivalry, but this rivalry has gotten so intense on the internet. So I need to know, a lot of people are not giving us hope. I also want to listen to Joanne Jennings, because he was excited to face Seattle.
You played Seattle a week ago, and now you're going back. So what are your thoughts on facing those guys?
Can't wait! Can't wait!
All right, thanks, Dana.
Yes, sir.
He said, I can't wait. So clearly in the locker room of the 49ers, they're hyped up. They're not afraid. They can't wait to bring it back and beat Seattle. So, Aqib, do you give the Niners any shot this weekend versus Seattle?
I do.
Okay.
I think they're going to go pop them.
You do?
Ooh, man,
Yeah.
I'm telling the team.
Number one seed getting popped.
The two teams Seattle didn't want to see was the Rams and San Fran.
I want to see. I mean, it's that division.
Bro.
They know each other so well. And they got embarrassed last game. You know what I'm saying? So if you don't think the Niners going to pull up with a big-ass boulder on their shoulder, they're going to have a mean chip on their shoulder because they just got embarrassed last game. So you can expect Shanahan to have a new little wrinkle for this run game. You're going to see Seattle came out and did something a little bit different and shut that run game down. He's going to see what they did last game. He's going to have a new little wrinkle himself. And, hey, man, it's a division game.
Wow.
Anything can happen. I just think Shanahan's going to be highly prepared, and I'm just not riding with Darnold. And it's a pressure again. The pressure is on Darnold. You the number one seed. You at home. You supposed to win this game against this beat up, the B team, right? This is the B team for the Niners. You feel me?
Yeah.
All the pressure is on you, and I just don't like Darnold in pressure games. So I'm riding with the Niners. I think they're gonna go pop them.
I'm giving them a chance. I think the Seahawks are going to win this game, but I'm giving them a chance. You know why? They're playing with house money. They weren't supposed to make it this far. They weren't supposed to go into the home of the defending Super Bowl champs and go in there and lay it on them, right?
Yeah.
They're letting it all hang out because, again, they lose. Hey, we're missing Fred Warner, Bosa, Kittle, the laundry list of guys.
Fred might come back.
Fred might come back, but I think I like their chances because it's like, fuck it. We're here. We're in the playoffs. Let's make some noise. These are our division guys. We just talked about division games matter more. You know those guys the absolute best. You prepare for them for 2 whole weeks during the season. You know them in some areas better than they know themselves. So I give them a chance. They're playing with house money. Let that shit ride. But I think the Seahawks with that defense at home get the win.
Gerald?
Yeah, I'm with Lee, man. I'm going 49ers. The first game they won 17-13. The second game they lost 13-3 with an offense that averaged 30 points. That's it.
And some fluke plays.
That's what I'm saying. That's a lot, man. They know them. They know them. Like and again, what do you call them?
Same.
Yeah.
Same Darnold.
Same Darnold. Like
Darnold.
He got to show me. he got to show me, man. Like, listen, when you got a team that's believing like that, that's coached as well as they are, again, every time Shanahan touched the playoffs, he's in the NFC Championship. That is experience. They know how to win these games. They know what they're doing. Yes, I give them a chance, not just give them a chance. I'm with Lee. I got the 49ers, too.
I would like to bet you guys on this game and bet on Seattle, but I can't because of Sam Darnold. That's the X factor.
But
and I did kid you to start the show that the Seahawks should win this game by 3 touchdowns. They're 7.5-point favorites at home, and they are because your team totaled against them in a game for the 1 seed to end the regular season, which I couldn't even believe Kyle got you in the game for the 1 seed at home. You had a home game to win the 1 seed. It's I said, where'd you come from? How'd you do this? Right? You just sort of popped up out of nowhere with all those injuries. So you had 173 total yards against that defense at home in a game for the 1 seed. You went 2 for 11 on 3rd down. And yet, Sam Darnold and company went 0 for 3 in the red zone, or you would have gotten blown out. So it was, 13-3, and it should have been like 30-3, but they couldn't cash. And he had a QBR of only 37. Brock had a long, hard game. He was 23. But the reason you have a chance, I'm still going to pick Seattle to win this game just because of their defense, but the 2 reasons that you have a chance are Sam Darnold in a big game, and Seattle at home. You guys always say it's the hardest place to play, right?
Haven't played well.
But they haven't, under Mike McDonald, they haven't been dominating at home. They just go kill people on the road. You want to talk about road warriors? They go destroy on the road. Wherever they go to Charlotte and Carolina, they just crush them. Like it's not even close. It's always a mismatch on the road, and it was a mismatch at your place. But I can't forget game 1 of this year. Brock threw it to the backup tight end for the walk-off touchdown at the end of the game, and he hurt his toe, and then he was gone for whatever it was, 5 games. But you know that you won there, and you believe you can win there again because you did.
And we
right?
travel well, so that stadium's going to be half Niner.
I mean, you just won at Philadelphia, so I think it'll be a close, low-scoring game. But Seattle's defense is, God, it's just shut down, man.
Yeah.
They're legit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I think, a key to the game is they haven't played well at home this season under Mike McDonald.
Yeah.
But at home in the playoffs versus a bunch of backups, you have to communicate in that noise. And that's what makes Seattle so loud. It was one of my favorite places to play. You could literally be standing face to face, screaming at each other, and you can't hear anything in there. It's like a jet engine. They need to make that home field advantage. They need to be able to get this team that's injured, that's down, that's playing with house money, get them in that noise and drown them. Jump on them early. And I'm kind of surprised that it's a 7-point line on this.
7.5.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I think.
Do you agree on the stadium, on the loudness?
Yeah. Yeah, it's rocking.
Yeah.
It's rocking. That play the 3 places I played where it's like is Seattle, when Drew Brees was in New Orleans.
Yes.
And when Matt Ryan, Julio Jones, when that offense was rolling in that place, I'm telling you, those 3 places.
I'll throw in Kansas City as well. Kansas City gets going. That old stadium, the way it's built, I played in some shit weather in Kansas.
Aqib had I thought it was his greatest game at Atlanta on, wasn't it Monday night?
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Tell me about it.
Hey.
She was like, I love hearing that.
Crazy.
What'd you do in that game? What'd you do? Tell us.
I just strapped Julio.
Big
Strapped Julio and Roddy White same game. Julio tapped out, so I went to guard Roddy White. They started coming back, not because of me. They started coming back, so Julio came back in. I went back on Julio.
Strapped him up
some more, you feel me?
Didn't you pick it on the back line of the end zone?
No, I didn't pick it. I broke it up for the game. That was for the game.
Okay.
Break up. I had to pick that game. I'm talking about I had like 5 pass breakups a pick. You know,
it was a game.
5 pass breakups a pick, game-winning pass breakup.
Yeah.
I was going crazy that game.
You know why he says that? Division game. Division game against Atlanta, right? When they were rolling this loud.
Tell you, man.
Division games matter more. They do.
Yeah.
So what was your toughest place to play then? You think Foxborough's hard?
Oh, yeah, I'm telling you, Foxborough, man, my loudest game I ever played in was in New Orleans. Rams versus the Saints playoff game. That was how we was face-to-face. Like, bro, how can't you hear me right now? He's right here.
Oh, that New Orleans game.
That was the loudest game I ever played in. Besides that, Foxborough, Kansas City.
Okay.
It's nothing louder than those 2 spots to me.
Wow.
All right, we'll see how this weekend goes. 55% of the chat is riding with the Seahawks, so it's pretty split. But I love the luck of Skip picking the Seahawks, so I really appreciate that because that just feels good for my boys, you know? But let's get to Superman, because Superman brought out his cape once again. The Buffalo Bills go to Jacksonville and win their first road playoff game since 1992. Allen finished with 306 total yards, 3 touchdowns, and Aqib's favorite stat, the WIN. Josh has been in these spots before and knows what it takes. So this is him after the game to his guys.
We stay here. We don't fucking blink, all right? We get one more. That's the reward for doing what we did today. We get one more. Now we got to go earn it again, all right? Love y'all, boys.
Hey, now you see that?
Yeah.
Now you see that? That's a nice veteran quarterback who know I can't put no Kool-Aid drinking on tape.
No.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to put it on tape. I just do what I want to do in the car, at home. I won't put no Kool-Aid drinking on tape. So that's a vet, man. I'm telling you, that's how I'm supposed to look right there. Telling you. No cheese graters and
No.
none of that shit.
No.
Yeah, so they get one more, just like he said, and that one's going to be at Mile High against your Broncos.
Yep.
So that's going to be...
Leaves going in to get the boys fired up.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
He's headed into Denver to give
flying
a
there.
pep talk. Like, yeah, we won this shit. Come on, y'all boys, go get this shit.
We going to get it together.
Yeah, so Skip, I need to know, does Josh Allen have enough to go into Mile High and beat the Broncos?
Josh Allen has enough to go win the Super Bowl. That's what he has enough of.
Woo.
Hey.
They have Superman, and Denver does not.
Mm-hmm.
So you have gloated all year about 5 fourth-quarter comebacks, Bo Nix and company, and now Josh Allen and company have 5 fourth-quarter comebacks to be your antidote.
Yep.
The game I watched yesterday was a battle. It was a hot team. You could argue it was the hottest team in the NFL. loud crowd. I don't know if you guys played at Jacksonville, but it sounded on TV like really loud
It did.
yesterday
Tough
at
place to
Jacksonville.
play, yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Tough
Ain't gonna
place
be that
to
mile
play.
high.
Yeah, okay, I got it, and you're right. But yesterday, I watched Josh Allen on a sore foot tweak his knee and have to go in the tent, then have to go in the tent again for a potential concussion, then hit his hand on a helmet and had to shake his hand out the rest of the game. And he never flinched. And in the fourth quarter, he went 9 of 11 for 103 yards against a really opportunistic defense that led the NFL with 22 interceptions this year. And he did not turn the ball over one time. And the play of the game for me was the throw that he made with Devin Lloyd coming completely unblocked on a blitz in his face, where Josh just said, I'll take the shot right in the kisser. I'll just hit me right in the jaw. And I'll throw it off my back foot. And it was Caleb-esque, if you will. And it went 36 yards to Brandon Cooks, who's starting to make a difference for them as a little receiver who just knows how to play. And he's been all over the place. And he's been to New Orleans. He's been with Tom. And he's been with Dallas. And he's
Been with everybody.
He's been with everybody. And he just knows how to get open and make plays. And they sucked it up and won that game. They lost Jordan Poyer to a hamstring, and they didn't have Bernard, who's a really good player, and I don't know about their status for next week. But that defense continues to impress me because it's classic bend but don't break. It'll give up yards, it'll give up rush yards, but when it's time to make plays, somebody makes a play. And that young safety back there, Romo was just screaming about him yesterday, that Cole Bishop. He makes plays. He knows how to play, and he's always at the right place, right time around the ball with hands on ball. And he's the one who cradled the interception off the tip at the end of the game. I just like the way they're playing. They're a 1.5 favorite at Mile High because Vegas knows they're legit, in large part because they have the best player left in the tournament right now in Josh Allen.
You done, Skip?
You've been, you've been having.
You want to go? Go ahead, because he's your boy.
I'll go. I thought Josh Allen looked good.
Just good.
Yeah, he ain't do much. He didn't do much with his legs. He had 30 yards or so. You know what I'm saying?
Beat all to hell.
Push
Yeah.
touchdown.
Yeah.
All right.
But I thought he did a good job sitting in the pocket throwing the ball around. You know what I'm saying? It was solid. The defense played well. They gave up a lot of points. They let him go 3 or 4 in the red zone.
Yeah.
They created 2 turnovers, though, like you said, right? So I thought it was good. But I tell you what, Skip, we ain't prepared for the Chargers that last week. We already knew the Chargers. We knew y'all tanking, y'all ain't playing nobody. We finna give y'all a 7-play offense and a 7-play defense. Our base game plan, we'll win a game like that. We've been getting ready for this game for a few weeks now.
I understand.
You know what I'm saying? We knew who was coming to town.
Yep.
We've been getting ready for this game for a few weeks now.
No
Skip. So,
excuses. No excuses.
All right.
I never got no excuses. And before I ride with a Superman quarterback or a Thor running back or a Spider-Man receiver, I'm going to ride with a motherfucking defense. We got the best defense in the league. It's going to be rocking in Mile High. And the table couldn't be set no better, Skip. Home underdog, Skip. We love that underdog role. That's how, if you ever want to fire a motherfucking team up, make them the underdog.
Yeah.
I
Just
agree.
put them as the
I agree.
underdog. You know what I'm saying? And see what that do to the building. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, we'll see. We gonna be ready to go. We want that get back. They came in there, they looked at us last year, beat the shit out of us last year, right? Sent
They
us
did.
home, sent us packing.
It was in Buffalo.
We've been getting ready for this game since last year. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, I'll be there.
Go ahead, Rich.
Getting them going. I mean, there's no player in the NFL more important to the franchise than Josh Allen. He is the end-all, be-all for the Buffalo Bills. And yesterday, he took a beating. He's so important. Every time he goes down, Buffalo Bills fan take a big gasp. Like, oh, is he going to get up? All right, he's going to get up. He's going to be good. I think that was that when Brandon Lloyd had a free run at him, coming right into his face, right? And he's throwing the ball to Khalil Shakir, Brandon Cooks, Keon Coleman, Dawson Knox. Like, the one thing going into the season was
They're not that bad.
Oh, come on.
I agree with you. They're not that bad.
They're in the same
We're not
boat as
talking-
y'all receivers.
No, our receivers are like second string. These are still starters in the
Nah.
NFL.
Come
Brandon
on now.
Cooks off the scrap heap.
Okay, Brandon Cook. You're telling me Dawson Knox is great.
Kincaid's
Dawson Knox and Kittle in the same boat.
Kincaid's better.
Great.
Yeah.
He did
Kincaid's
great
better than
tight
Knox.
ends.
Knox hasn't done much all year.
Yeah, I think Shakir's pretty good.
I agree.
Shakir's great, but he's not a number one on the outside. Shakir's a role player, right?
Yeah.
Shakir, you get him in the slot, you scheme him up. Josh is doing this without a ton of help around him on the edges. They're making it happen. They couldn't get the run game going much yesterday.
No,
They made enough
but
plays.
nobody runs on that defense.
Nobody runs on that defense. We got Denver, who's the number 2 rushing defense in the NFL, right? They ran him out of the building last year, over 200 yards in Buffalo. Now, these are 2 completely different teams. But every time Josh Allen, I've said this a lot this season, every time Josh Allen is on the field, the Buffalo Bills have a chance to win, and this is setting up great. Denver's coming off a bye. Sometimes those number 1 seeds don't react to that week off. You know, maybe a couple guys went down to Cabo.
Yeah, we did. We reacted fucking great.
But
You were bonding in Cabo.
I
We
think
didn't go to Cabo. We was in the building. Just like they is.
Yeah, but you had Brandon McManus, right?
Yep.
I love it.
Oh.
I love it. I love the shot.
Matter of fact, 13 for 13.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it. It sets up great. I mean, this is a premier matchup of the weekend, right? I think, for me, this is the game of the week, right? We got Denver at home. Buffalo had to just go down to Jacksonville, gut out a win. Josh Allen barely walked off that field.
Yep.
Now they got to go on a short week to Denver, which is tough to play in, mile high. But it's going to come down to the fourth quarter, and it's going to come down to Bo Nix and Josh Allen. And if I got to take my guy, I'm taking Superman, number 17, to go down, lead them on a game-winning drive, and get the win in Denver.
Well
I said it before. What you need to beat Josh Allen is you need a athletic, fast D-line like Philly had. And that's how you neutralize Superman. You know what I'm saying? You got to have a fast, athletic D-line, and we got that shit in Denver for
But
sure.
by the way, you didn't mention this, but Buffalo's O-line is cooking right now.
They're cooking. They're a
I
great
thought they
unit.
did a really good job.
They're solid. They're solid. They're healthy.
The left tackle's really good.
Deion Dawkins is one of the best.
Dawkins is the best, for sure.
Hands down, Doc is the best. So yeah, I mean, this is gonna be a great matchup in the trenches. If you want to watch some good football, this is a great D line. This is a great offensive line. Let's see who's able to step up and play well.
Yep.
So I look at this matchup, and you said Josh Allen and the Bills, that they look like a team that can go beat Denver or they can go win in Mile High. So I started looking at the games. Who beat Denver in Mile High?
Jacksonville.
Okay. So I went back and looked at that game, and I said, well, okay, what was enough to win in Mile High? All right. Number 1 rush defense was Jacksonville. Who's number 2?
Denver.
Okay, so yesterday against Jacksonville, they had 79 yards, right? Buffalo.
That's actually the most
Jacksonville-
anybody's rushed against them all year.
Jacksonville went up to Mile High.
Yeah.
They had 81 yards.
Okay.
Right? We're talking about teams who won.
Trevor Lawrence,
Okay.
was Superman that game.
He-
Listen.
Yeah,
listen.
and he fell
Now,
apart yesterday.
Hear me out.
Yes.
Yeah.
So 3rd and 4th down, Jacksonville versus Denver.
Yep.
Over 50%.
Mm-hmm.
Buffalo yesterday, over 50%.
They were. Yep.
3 or 4 in the red zone. I'm talking about stuff that can beat Denver. 3 or 4 in the red zone versus a really good defense. Yesterday, Buffalo. 3 of 3 in the red zone. Okay? The run game, Trevor Lawrence added into it.
Yep.
But now you got Superman who you're adding into it. So you go to the other side. You say, well, Bo Nix was cooking. He had 300 and something whatever yards versus Jacksonville's defense. The difference in this group is this is the number 1 passing defense in all of football. So then it's going to come down to him versus him. I'm a believer in Bo Nix. I'm just more of a believer in the other guy.
Yes.
But they do have a phenomenal D-line.
They do.
And let me say this to the NFL before I continue. Nick Bonito not being an all-pro on first or second team is the robbery of the season. We went from him being a defensive player of the year candidate to not even being all-pro. So I just had to stick up for my guy because he earned the right to be an all-pro. First or second team. When Lee talk about these guys and what they do in this fast, this speedy defensive line, you got Zach Allen in the middle. He was the first team all-pro.
Yeah.
Nick Bonito is an all-pro.
And where did he play college
And he should
football?
have been. He went to University of Oklahoma.
Thank you.
He should have been an all-pro. So, Nick, I hate that happened to you, bro. They did you wrong. You should have been an all-pro. That was just a sticker for my guy. But with all that being said, Buffalo did enough yesterday where I believe this team has enough to go to Mile High and win a game.
All right.
They do.
Aqib, speaking of first team All-Pro, I was very impressed. You had 2 offensive linemen make first team All-Pro.
2 of them.
2 of them. Your left tackle, and I think he's
Right guard.
Right guard, right? Yeah.
Caveman.
Okay, he is.
No, he a caveman.
I love watching him work
Have you ever
out.
seen him in person?
No, I haven't seen him.
He's the small old lineman. He's not big. The TV makes him look bigger. He's not big
I
at
remember
all.
when he was coming out, he was
caveman,
carrying
though.
trees.
He was
doing
I'm telling you,
lumberjack.
a true caveman.
Love that.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's a short week for Buffalo. They got to fly and fly. Josh Allen's beat all to hell, so you should probably be favored in this game. I just don't think you're going to win the game. But all the advantages, all the big picture advantages should be with you coming off a bye, completely rested, completely healthy, having prepared for Buffalo for 3 weeks and going vanilla against the Chargers in your last game. It's all advantage Denver. You got everything on your side in this game except Superman.
You guys did have a bet. It's not obviously the AFC Championship, but I do have in my notes, you guys had a bet, Broncos versus Bills for the AFC Championship. Are you guys going to bet on this game, though? I know it's not the championship.
Let's go.
You guys are betting, right?
This,
There's money
this
going
is so
down?
locked
or-
in, right, Skip?
Action. Give me a little action.
Skip look a little nervous, like he ain't
He
thinking
look
about it.
nervous.
I don't got shit to think about. I don't need a spread. I don't need none of that shit.
Ooh.
Sounds like you're drinking like gallons of Kool-Aid, right?
My job.
Lots of Kool-Aid,
That's
right?
my job. That's all I do. I've been drinking the Kool-Aid since we started this shit, right? I told y'all.
Yep.
All I'm saying is I've been sitting up here telling y'all. I told you how many games the Cowboys was gonna win.
Yeah.
I told you the Jacks was gonna get their ass popped because them win streaks is over with. Houston gonna get their ass popped. I know we finna get to that. And the Broncos is going to the chip. They finna send Superman ass home, baby. I'm telling you.
All I know-
Nobody
So
robbing
what's
no
the
shit,
bet?
man.
What's the bet? What are we
Everybody robbing no
Another day,
shit.
listen, another
Rob
thing
with
to
number
look
one
at
defenses,
is all
man.
of that zone they play. Jacksonville plays dang near the same amount of zone.
Yeah, they did
And
a lot.
they picked it apart. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Josh Allen did. That zone, come on, bring the zone
This is
on.
gonna be a
Is-
tight
is-
Man, who the
This
Jacksonville
thing, man.
corners, bro? Who they got Pat?
Speaking of
They
Jacksonville,
got Pat, bro. Man, we ain't Jacksonville. Jacksonville defense is not in the same bed with us, bro. What the
They have
fuck?
the number 1 rush defense.
And I don't give a fuck about none of that. We got
They
the number
second,
two.
and they was
We
second
got the
in
number
takeaways.
2. And we got real DBs.
And they was second in takeaways.
Well,
We got real
wait a
DBs.
second. Jacksonville led the league in interceptions with
I don't give a fuck about none of that. We got a real
Oh,
defense.
okay.
Yeah.
We got a real defense. All right, you gonna see. You gonna see.
You know what? You know what's funny? You guys got Surtain, right? He shuts down a number 1. Well,
Yeah.
Buffalo doesn't have a number 1. But
Shut down the whole side.
I know.
Yes, yeah.
I
He's
know.
gonna
With
shut down.
DBs, when you don't have a number 1, we just shut down the whole side.
know.
You know what I'm
He's
saying? And we
gonna-
rotate all the coverage over there, and we make you throw it at him. So you still shut down.
They're gonna have Surtain
so
take Shakir away.
So
I know.
They gonna have to take the side away.
What
gonna
about
You gonna
offensively?
throw into all the rest of the zone. Everybody else in the zone gonna be rotating.
They gonna draw it up.
Offensively, it's on Bo Nix. It is on the great. They got a great
Bo
offensive
Nix
line
really
up
gotta show
front.
up.
They're playing well. They got to establish a line of scrimmage because Buffalo's got a bunch of D tackles.
We won't have it no other way, man.
But wait,
got-
is it a dinner or is it money? What's on the line
Now,
here?
Skip don't bet money, straight dinner.
Dinner? All right.
Sure.
By the way,
Dinner for the
06,
boys.
yeah, I love Sean Payton, but he can't play this Saturday. Last time I checked,
He could
can't
prepare,
play.
though.
Okay.
We love
Kyle
Shanahan,
doesn't play
but he
either,
don't
and-
play.
Yeah. All right. Well, 55% of the chat is riding with the Bills, so that's pretty split. And I'm gonna back up Aqib here. I'm going with the Broncos as well, just so you know. But let's
Good.
look at one
like
game we haven't talked about because everybody thought the Rams and Panthers game was going to be an absolute blowout, and it was a game in Carolina. So the Panthers gave the Rams everything that they could, but Matt Stafford showed up when it mattered most and led the Rams to a game-winning touchdown in the final minute. So, Richie, did you gain or lose respect for the Rams in that game?
I gained confidence for the Rams in
Yeah.
that game because it came down to that final drive, and they look calm, cool, collected. They look composed.
They did.
You know, McVay is one of the best play callers in the NFL. You got Stafford playing at an MVP level. I think if you take an apples-to-apples comparison in the first playoff game against Drake May, Stafford looked better. But it was methodical. There was no frantic. You saw some games yesterday get down to the wire and quarterbacks freaking out about the play calls and teams having to take timeouts because guys aren't lined up right. They looked like killers. They knew what they had to do. They went down that field, and that throw to Colby Parkinson was a dime. To trust a tight end like that with great coverage to put the ball up and make that catch, I got a lot of confidence in the Rams. I think that pass rush is elite. They hounded Bryce Young all day, and get the ball back to Stafford and the boys. They're going to go down and score.
Okay.
I'm with Richie. I gain respect for him, man. I can't lose respect for you because you didn't cover the spread, because they only made the spread so they could balance out the books. Like, who cares about the spread? You traveling to the East Coast to play a team in a tough atmosphere who already beat you. You know what I'm saying? They match up well against you. They already beat you, and you came out with a dub. Shit.
Well, you call this a blowout, right? 34-31.
Yeah, I gotta give a prediction.
Oh my God.
I ain't get the prediction right, but I got the dub right. You know what I'm saying? I definitely knew the Panthers weren't gonna win the game. Hey, they played a great game. The Panthers played a great game, man. They match up well, but Richie hit it on the head, man. If you get a Rams the ball last to go win the game, I bet my last on that shit. It's clockwork. It's Matt Stafford, the MVP, and it's one of the best play callers in the league. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to ride with that all day long. So it was an MVP finish by the MVP. You know what I'm saying? That's the icing on the cake for him right there, I think.
And I'm with them. They gave Carolina, like, they really should have been up 3 scores. Like, we really think the experience kicked in. And you've seen the difference. With Dave Canales going for it on the first 4th down, it's like, dog, what are you doing?
Such a bad call.
What are you doing?
You're playing from behind the rest of the game.
That's what I'm saying. And you've seen the experience because you looked at the Rams and you seen what Tay said that Matthew Stafford said. He said, man, let's go take their heart. If they knew, we've been here, they haven't. We know what to do, they don't. And that's what they did. My only thing is yes, they showed they have to go to Chicago. Going into the playoffs, that front 7, that secondary is, but that front 7, they're great with playing with a lead.
Yes.
Where they struggle is a lot of people not paying us no attention, is the run game. Over the last, and Lee, you said it, you can't go into the playoffs not being able to stop the run. And those last 3 games, it was averaging 133 yards giving up on the run. What does Chicago do best? They run the ball. So just that little portion, but this next game gonna come down to who got the ball. We know what Caleb can do, but I'm with them. Put the ball in Stafford's hand, good to go.
I saw a different game than you guys saw.
Because they ain't cover the spread, right?
No. I just lost a little respect for the Los Angeles Rams because I watched them go 3 of 13 on 3rd down. They did cash in 4 of 5 in the red zone, but Carolina cashed in 4 of 4 in the red zone. Bryce Young threw him a pick. Etienne bounced one off his face mask in the wind and gave him a muff punt fumble. And, Matt said to Devontae before that last drive, let's go snatch these guys' heart. And Devontae said he got goosebumps, that's gangster. And it got down to 1st and 10 at the Carolina 30, and I know Matt Stafford had banged up his forefinger on his throwing hand, hit an arm on a follow-through. But he was throwing it fine until that throw, and he threw that one to the safety, Scott, who had it in both hands, and Puka made the play of the game. He saved the game with the defensive play of the game, breaking up an interception that would have ended the game for Carolina. So is that snatching heart? I think Puka snatched the ball back for Matt Stafford, or we're really having a different, that's game over at that point. So I just wasn't that impressed with the Rams. They just barely survived this because Puka made a defensive play. If you told me that before the game, it's going to take a defensive play by Puka Nacua to win the game, save the game. What? Well, then I'm going to lose a little respect for the Rams, and I did. And I'm going Bears this time. I'm going Bears.
Don't every player have to do their job though?
Yeah, a lot of them don't do that job.
This is why the playoffs, and this is why, no disrespect to basketball, this is why football is a greater sport, because you get one shot at it. And once you get in the tournament, anything can happen. We see people go on runs. So to get in this game and just, yes, the Panthers, we thought that the Rams was going to come back around. We played them before. We got them figured out. Okay, they're going to run through them. But they beat them before. Yeah. And that was just on one Sunday. So this is one game, you get one shot. The misconception that you get in the playoffs and these is going to be because this team was so good all year and this team wasn't, it's going to be a blowout. We just watched San Fran beat Philly.
Yep.
Anything can happen. So, I mean, they figured it out and they won the game, Skip.
And to your point, Skip, it's about playing every play like it's your last, playing for your brother in the playoffs.
Yeah.
And if you think Sean McVay going to shine a light on that play, because quiet is kept, if Jalen Hurts threw it left because he thought AJ was going to go left, but AJ went right, AJ would have stood there and watched him pick it.
That is
That's true. That's true.
They would have fucking lost that game.
I agree with
So
that.
he's going to flash the light on that and tell you, these the kind of plays that make you win chips.
Yeah.
That's what it is. So how you lose? I gain respect for a team like that. They got guys playing like this.
Yeah.
He ain't no fucking DB. But when I go this way and quarterback thought I was going to go this way, now I'm turned to a DB. Like, man, shit, I gain respect.
The
for
safety's
shit
got
like that.
both hands on the ball.
Oh, yeah. Puka made a great play on that. Yeah.
Right?
And
Puka
then
made
what
a
did
great play.
Matthew Stafford do with their second chance?
Do a Dr.
Well,
Parker
that's
shit.
what I'm saying. Like,
going on.
everybody got to do their job.
Crazy.
You need other
That was
people
just a
to do their job.
miscommunication. He thought he was going to come in this way, and
no.
Puka would have caught it in front of the safety touchdown.
Yeah.
What I love about this Rams crew and what I love about McVay's offense, you got Stafford, MVP. You got Puka, Devontae, great players. Got all the tight ends involved, but it's their run game. It's the guys up front. You watch them on first down, they are pounding the rock, and they're effective runs. It's all matchup based for McVay.
Yep.
We're going to do this, we're going to get you into this, and then we're going to run our shit. All those runs of Kyron Williams, they're all popping 7, 8-yard runs.
You said that like you was talking like the Bears was just #1 run defense or something. They shitty in the run too. They ain't stopping nobody from getting yards.
True.
And the Rams tote this thing now. So
Yes, that's gonna be the decider in this game.
But that's
Who's able
what
to
I said.
establish
If
the run game?
they play great with a lead, and I'm going to say this, they go score early, Bears in trouble. They left tackle is not there anymore.
Yes.
And them young boys up front.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, you are right. The front runners, I mean, that defensive line, you get them all hyped up and you get them just pass rushing every single snap. It's going to be a long day for Caleb Williams.
Yeah.
So the one thing that did impress me about the Rams was Puka. He's a bad
Puka's
man. I got to tell you.
stud.
Hey, he's a monster. He lasted the 5th round because he ran 4.6.
right.
Jerry Rice ran 4.6 before he fell in the first round. Emmitt Smith ran 4.6 before he fell in the first round. You can't go with these receivers just on the 40 time.
Yeah.
It doesn't equate. No. There's football speed and there's just get open speed, and he just gets open.
Yeah.
And once he gets the ball in his hands, you better look out because it can be hard to get him on the ground.
He's perfect for McVay. He's a Swiss Army knife.
Yeah.
I mean, he does it all. He does it on the outside. He does it over the middle. He does it in the screen game, blocking, breaking up plays. I mean, Puka, he's a stud.
All right, guys, the wild card weekend is not over yet, though, because the Texans are heading to Pittsburgh tonight. So this is going to be a good one. I'm excited to hear what you guys have to say, but I'm going to start with Talib. Who wins tonight? What's the score?
Oh, I'm around with Pittsburgh, man. It's Monday.
It's Monday.
Them boys don't lose on Monday.
Undefeated on Monday.
And then
Like Tomlin.
the Texans got that streak.
1991.
Yeah.
I guarantee you.
I thought you hated streaks.
I do.
Right?
I do.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. I hate games in the. Let me clear it up for the sarcastic guy.
Yeah, okay.
I hate games in a row win streaks. I love a Monday night streak or something like that, or a Super Bowl streak. I don't like games in a row. I don't want to win consecutive 9-10 games in a row and then go into the playoffs. That's the only streak that I hate. You know what I'm saying? Kind of like what the Texans is on right now. A 9-game win streak consecutive, not like a Monday night, because that can go over 15 years or however. You know what I'm saying? It can go over a long period of time. I don't like win streaks because you bound to have a game like the Jags where, tip ball pick. Oh, shit, I ain't see him. Another interception. It's bound to happen. And you're going to see, Skip. You'll see what I mean.
All right, Richie.
I'm going Houston. I think that defense is suffocating. And my one problem with Pittsburgh all season was they just don't have enough. They don't get enough consistent production out of the offense. They got the big boys up front. They got Warren. They got Gainwell. I think that defensive line is going to dictate the line of scrimmage. They're going to get after Rodgers, and C.J. Stroud and the boys will do enough to get the win.
I've been saying Pitt for a long time. I said I was crazy. I said they can get to the AFC Championship. So I ain't 2017 Pittsburgh. There's a remedy to D linemen that can rush. You got to go some up tempo. You get them tired. They have to change up the tempo. You can't allow D linemen or defense like this to pin their ears back. Get some tempo. Once you get a play, utilize your running backs. He got two. I just talked about the Patriots utilizing their running backs. Tom utilizes running backs. We're talking about A-Rod. His mind. I'm pretty sure he understands this is what I'm up against.
Yep.
He's going to have a remedy for this pass rush. Screens, draws. Like, and they got gamers. The whole team got gamers. Man, all right. I got Pittsburgh, too. I've been saying it for weeks. I got Pittsburgh.
Interesting. Speaking of streaks, so Mike Tomlin has not won a playoff game since following the 2016 season. That was a long time ago, so we're going back 10-ish years. Oof. And they did win a couple of playoff games. They won at Kansas City with Alex Smith at quarterback. It was the fateful Antonio Brown goes live on IG. Do you remember this after the game in the locker room? That was the last time that Mike Tomlin won a playoff game. Then they had to go up to play at Foxborough.
So we started their losing streak, huh?
Were you there on that night?
Of course.
Yeah, that was your year. And I'm looking at
that year.
Mike Tomlin's playoff record. So 14 of 18 times, this is 19th year, but 14 out of 18 years, he's either missed the playoffs or lost his first playoff game. So that's not a great streak. And Aaron Rodgers, since that long ago, far away Super Bowl, is 7-9 in the postseason. Pretty overrated in the postseason to me. And you said he's caught fire, but he didn't catch fire until the second half against Baltimore after Kyle Hamilton was lost. So all I know is that Pittsburgh defense, every time I looked up against Baltimore, there was a bust happening. And I'd say, what was that? What was that? And what was that? So you trust in that tonight? Are they going to clean that up and play solid against? Because I think CJ.
Against what?
You trust
solid
CJ
against what?
Stroud?
And CJ and Nico can make
trust CJ Stroud?
They can play solid against what? The Houston Texans offense?
And those Iowa State receivers.
CJ Stroud in that offense?
I do. Yeah, I've watched him win playoff games before. And I just think they can. It'll be low scoring. It'll be a battle. I'll give you that. But Houston's defense is too good. It's just too. It's just.
I like Houston defense, and I normally would pick them, but if they would have been on the 3-game win streak, I'll easily be riding with them.
It's just the streak that does leave off.
And it's streak, and it's Monday. It's just set up.
The one stat I'm going to give you, the one that does concern me, is that Aaron led the league in getting the ball out of his hands the quickest at 2.6 seconds. So if you can keep doing that all night long with up tempo,
it's only a 21% pressure rate.
And he's going to call a game from the line. That's how we just keep y'all on the field. Okay, let's tire him out a little bit. Let's call it from the line, not let him sub.
Who's the master?
We don't got to go fast to call him from the line.
Free plays. They going to get tired. They going to try and sub, and boom, we going to get a free play.
I'm telling you, you ain't got to go fast to call it from the line. You just got to be able to call it from the line.
As quiet as it's kept, Houston's defense is not very good in the red zone. But you know who's the best they've been in the red zone since Big Ben? Pittsburgh Steelers. They get in the red zone.
Sounds like you're making a case for a blowout.
No? I said 2017.
2017.
It'd be nice low scoring.
Yeah.
I'll go 23-13.
Woo! That's a blowout.
23-13 the visiting team. And I will take a dinner on this. I'll take the Texans for dinner.
I'm going 21-10. 21-10 Houston.
21-10.
I think they suffocate the Pittsburgh's offense.
Wow.
I think they swarm them. CJ Stroud started off the year really bad, kind of found some rhythm.
What rhythm?
All right. I'm also riding with the Texans. I think the Pittsburgh Steelers have a below average offense, below average defense, and below average ranking quarterback right now. It just doesn't all the pieces aren't there, so I'm also riding with the Texans. But
me and Skip, we ain't bet. I don't want to bet on Pittsburgh. I'm just betting. I ain't going to bet against a defense like that. I think they're going to lose. I think it's going to be a couple tip balls,
I'm going to wait.
Will you take
I think it's just going to be a couple. I think it's going to be a couple tip balls.
He doesn't want dinner with you, Gerald.
It's going to be some shit that Houston can't control. You know what I'm saying? Some little fumble drops. It's going to be some shit like that make them lose the game. Kind of like what made the Jags lose the game. You know what I'm saying? So I just want to bet on the Broncos. That's it. I'm riding with the Broncos.
Oh, that's
I don't
what
want to bet on
you
shit
trust.
but Denver. That's
All
all
right,
I'm riding with them boys.
I'll take your dinner then.
All right,
I'll take
Gerald
your
for dinner.
Daniil Hunter and Will Anderson are going to meet at the quarterback. Rodgers, bring in Mason Rudolph.
All right, we have the first Gerald
I
and
bet
Skip bet right now for dinner. So stay tuned, you guys, because we're going to be back on this couch tomorrow on
Yes,
Tuesday,
we are.
right after Gil's Arena. So we will see you there. Woo woo!
Yeah.